I got fucking wasted last night, man. Damn. Ate a couple of gummies and it put me into wow. Don't recommend eating too many gummies ever. Going on, Warren Floyd, Jen in your heart, Leggy. What's up, brother? Another day in paradise. Hippie is extremely hungover. Had a stream for Nikki last night, and Hippie ended up eating a bunch of gummies, and man, way powerful gummies. Put me in a fucking Willie. Jesus Christ, bro. Allegedly, someone gave me some gummies that almost killed me. Woo, man. I fucked up last night. Damn. I'd have thought I did some heroin as high as I was last night. Woo, I'm still high from last night. Like, wait, what? Hard on the dog, man. Hair of the dog. Just go right back in for some more. Dude, I got a joint. I already smoked some. I already smoked some, but man, did I get high out of my mind last night. We kicked ass. We took care of the wonderful Nikki. We raised I don't know, $260 for Nikki's tranny, so that was a joy. Gotta say, I was real happy about that. The beautiful people. We had 1,800 people come through the live stream. That's pretty rad for a live stream. My name is. What's up, bruh?
What's up?
Not much. I'm super hungover, man. Shoot, I couldn't even get out of bed this morning.
It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us.
Well, when you're old, you think you're young and you just like keep eating, and then you're like, whoa, I'm old. Stop that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'll join you in a big fatty. Let's see who. Ashley, welcome in. What are you up to today, boy?
Brought my wife down to see her best friend.
Oh, okay, nice. Willie.
What's happening?
Willie.
Leggy, you want to know the saddest thing ever?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Zat, our good friend Zat, his tolerance is so fucking beyond the moon. I gave him fucking pounds of those and nothing happened. Nothing
What,
at all.
gummies?
Listen.
Dude, I eat gummies like they're going out of style.
I took a whole bunch, right? And I got off here at like 12-ish. I don't know, somewhere in there. I laid down and I woke up at like 2 in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? I'm like really high, and I look over at the clock and the clock's like and I ended up on the bathroom floor, like at the toilet, like feeling like I was gonna throw up. I got way too high.
Crazy. Hi, Ashley. Yeah. So, Leggy, here's the deal. I used to get these tailings, right? I don't get them anymore. But when they make the gummies in the factory, they cut off to make nice squares or whatever shapes they're making, right? And whatever's left over, they don't put it back into production. They just, it ended up in my hands. So you don't know the strength of it. You don't know the milligrams. It's fucking spin the wheel,
Yeah.
So it could be 150 milligrams, could be 200 milligrams, could be 5 milligrams. You don't know. You just so you might have had like a 500 milligram fucking night there. hippie.
What's up, Peaky? I've never been so high on weed. Like literally, I was thinking to myself, holy shit.
Yeah.
Gotta
Should
wake up my wife.
Should I Narcan myself?
Right. I'm like, what did Willie put in this shit? Is he trying to
I didn't
me?
touch him. I just paid it forward, man. That's all.
He's trying to get in there. Nice. All you had to do was ask, bro. You don't have to fucking.
Dude, I take a little nibbles of them, and I'm such a lightweight. I'm fucking glued to the mattress. I'm like, I
can see
can't.
why, bro. Bird. What's up, Jimmy? Let's get all the bad guys today. Let's go. Let's go. What a night. We had 2,000 people come through that live stream.
I know. That was crazy.
For live. That's a freaking short for me, not a live stream.
Yeah.
It's me.
What's up? We got Sarah Sasquatch. Oh, you got to put up your paragraphs that says there might be a Sasquatch sighting.
Right?
Where's the bot? Did the bot do gummies last night with you too?
The bot isn't even here. Let me call him. Hey, fuckface. Where you coming? Are you showing up today?
Was that the greatest compliment growing up as a masshole? Hey, fuckface.
Right? It's me. Welcome in. Hope everything's beautiful in the other side of the pond.
There you go. Coffee and a joint. Coffee and a joint.
I got a coffee and a joint. You want to hear a coffee and a joint? That'll be stuck in your head all day.
That's stuck in my head forever anyways.
Like, I don't even have to type coffee and a joint. See, look, you call the fucking bitch, and there he is.
There he is. Sasquatch says, I prefer a shit bird. One of my favorites is ass bag. You fucking ass.
Some gummies, too.
You are? Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Look what Ashley wrote.
Really, you're in big trouble, and your poor hippie is slightly retarded from now on. I thought I was dying last night. Look,
I ain't on no more.
Can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing a point.
I was cursing him. I'm like, what motherfucker, man? Damn near killed the hippie guys. But it was good. I had a great time on the live.
Hell yeah.
Just a Pepsi. Just to let people know it's a Pepsi, not a Bud Light.
Look.
That's straight vodka in a Pepsi can. There you go.
Yeah, hypothetically, maybe.
Yeah.
Willie.
Yeah.
Willie. I was right. There was not enough evidence there.
Wait, I cannot.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about O.J. Reed. Oh, thank you. Yeah. We've never seen we've never seen guilty people walk.
Look, Willie, I'm in agreement that she probably 9 times out of 10 did clip it. All right? And then he stumbled over to where he ultimately succumbed. Right? But my point is, your Commonwealth, your beloved Commonwealth, spent a lot of money.
Not my beloved Commonwealth. Shit. I don't live there. No.
Yeah, he lives in Rhode Island.
Right, not my beloved.
Okay.
She meant to hurt him, and he ended up dying. That's guilty. So,
but
there was
the Commonwealth did not prove it. Though.
I won't call them the FKRs. You know what FKR stands for, right? Right?
FKR. No, I don't know.
Oh, you're part of the cult. It stands for Free Karen Reed. I don't like to say those words. I just call them freaks. There was a freak.
No, I wasn't there. I was just saying, based on the evidence, there was not enough evidence to convict her on anything but the OUI.
Dude, the shit's coming out today that the jury was tainted with Free Karen Reed freaks. It was tainted. It was a tainted jury.
Wait, it was a tainted jury?
Yeah.
They gotta prove it.
Well, no, I'm just telling you. Back.
I mean, let's be real. If you live in Massachusetts, I feel, and you watch the news or anything, I feel like it'd be really hard not to know anything about this
They
case.
just
Unless you
found
just
Diddy.
didn't pay attention to anything.
They
Dude.
did not find Diddy not guilty.
She tried to hurt him. She was mad at him. She backed up to him. Probably hit his head on the fire hydrant. End of story. He killed him.
Yeah, but they didn't put that, they did not put that theory out there, Willie, though.
Yeah, well.
If they would have said that the damage from the tail light came from John O'Keefe getting pissed at Karen, throwing the cup at the rear tail light, which would have shattered it like they said it did, right? There's no ands and buts about it. If he would have humchucked that.
Everything we are both talking about is maybe, blah, 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 blah,
Which
blah.
is what the state's thing was. Well, maybe based on the data, this is what happened. But what ultimately is Brennan on the cross-examination of the defense experts was pretty much saying, well, we really don't know what happened.
All right, listen, we got to get off this fucking freak shit, this freak show. Diddy was just found innocent. All right?
What? See, that blows my mind.
No, it's not. That can't be true. There is no possible way. Sorry.
Warren, be careful. I got kicked out of the fucking Cub Scouts for eating the brownies, man.
Right?
Yeah. Got to be careful. I know, Dio. I don't know.
I
Or
don't
is
know.
it Dio? Is it Dio or Dio?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Ask Zat. He's the one who. Only
I
one
heard Nikki pronounce it last night, and I said, "Oh, I've been saying it wrong all along."
Yeah, me too. And then 5 minutes later, I called her the same wrong thing. Forgot.
Yeah.
I want to eat Little Debbie. It is so sweet. Nothing like a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie.
Dude, you can't even keep them in the store in my town. Like the Little Debbie guy was there the other day, brought in like 2 cases of the boxes of them. So I don't know how many, I think there's like 12 boxes in a case. Dude, they're all gone. Gone.
Yeah.
All the other little things like the ho-hos and the ding-a-lings and all that shit, funny bones, they're a dime a dozen.
Wish I looked like Barry.
Hey, Leggy.
Yo.
I was up on Boss Bitch. You know who Boss Bitch is, right?
Well, I know her, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
So she had a live last night. I was up there with her, and she said she used to be a professional photographer, and she said she shot a wedding in Jonesport one time, and I went, "You're shitting me."
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I told her you were up in Jonesport, and I told them all the fun fact that it's the only Jonesport in the entire world.
It is. True story.
That's right.
That's why a lot of boats say Jonesport USA instead of Jonesport America.
Put my girl back up, Hippie.
Hi, Kenny.
Yo.
Yo.
Nutty Buddies are pretty delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's she?
Some beautiful woman.
Hey.
It's just good broad, but I'm tired of being called a misogynist, so, even though I don't know what it means.
Do you know her name?
No.
Oh, is she AI?
No, she's real.
You guys talking about Morgan James?
Is that her name?
Morgan James, that's her name.
This chick singing? Yes.
Oh,
That's my future ex-wife.
there you go. Hope it works out, man. The divorce, that is.
Wow. Man. I stepped on the bathroom floor last night. Man. It was awesome.
Right? Nutty Buddies are fucking pretty delicious.
What the fuck?
Oh shit, we got another cultist here. Another cultist.
Yeah?
What?
Let me tell you, her singing is not her greatest talent either.
There you go.
the hell trial did you watch, Willie?
I just have different opinions. That's all.
Even their own medical expert, the medical examiner for the state, said there was no evidence that he was struck by a car whatsoever. Those X-rays at the end, how can you ignore that?
Paid, Nikki, paid experts.
Okay, one of the experts was the Commonwealth's own medical examiner, and she stated that she's found no evidence of a collision.
Another paid one.
Right. Paid for by the state. Yeah, they're all paid.
What expert's going to work for free?
No, I mean nobody can say one way or the other what happened.
But they can say she wasn't hit by a car. He wasn't hit by a car. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. His bones aren't broken. The abrasions don't match up. Every single expert said that. And then at the end, when the only expert who said he could have been hit by a car used blue paint and said there were no X-rays, at the end the doctor pulls out the fucking X-ray.
Right. I just don't believe. I believe what I believe. I know exactly what.
We'll never know what happened, but the state.
You believe dude was hit by a car?
Yeah.
I have sort of
the
information, not necessarily about the case, but about things that have gone on with these couple of cops previous to what happened here, and there were lots of terrible things going on with these guys. So that makes the theory for me of they beat him and killed him. They changed the floor in the house because it had blood all over it, and the dog that supposedly attacked him seems to be missing. Be suspicious for the
none of that matters in the case. She didn't have to prove that it's who else did it. All that had to be done was that she didn't do it. And the fact of the matter is, every single expert, including the state's own expert, said there's no evidence of a collision.
I also feel that the reason for it is when it comes to cross-examination, the defense experts were calm and collected all the way through. And then when it was the state's case and they had their experts and they were cross-examined by the defense, a lot of them, especially Officer Devers, she was very standoffish. You know what I mean?
I hate the Swiss rolls. You gotta grab one and the whole thing, the bottom sticks to the box. The oatmeal things, the Nutty Buddies, they're pretty good. I don't know why they don't stick to the package, but those freaking Swiss rolls, I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Oathkeeper? Good morning. What a stream last night. I slept on the bathroom floor from Gummies, man. Fuck, I was so high I couldn't even look at the toilet. I don't know how a man gets that high on fucking Gummies, but Jesus Christmas. Literally, I got into bed this morning at 5.
Well, you did keep eating them, hippie, like they were candy as opposed to...
Yeah, I guess.
I take tiny little nibbles of them. Wait an hour, take another tiny nibble.
Damn lightweight.
Was you said, be careful with those things, they'll bite you. And I thought, fuck, I've eaten plenty of gummies. 16 of them the couple nights before my surgery because I was so scared, you know? And I'm like, fucking hell, I've never been this high. I was ready to call you up at 2 a.m. and be like, well, lesson learned, don't eat handfuls. God, Nikki.
I don't know if you remember, at the beginning of this trial, Bao got arrested for going into the buffer zone. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the DUI guy. He's on Attorney Larry Foreman. Mm-hmm. He's taken on Bao's criminal case, I believe. Civil case. And then there's another attorney who's taken on his criminal case for that. And Ashley was asking, yes, there is a lawsuit against Trooper Hardman for excessive force against Bao Nguyen outside of the Karen Reed trial. And Bao is claiming an injury to his back. He did ask for medical treatment on the scene. He did all the right things to set himself up for this. So hopefully, we'll
You,
see a settlement in his near future.
if he's just running alive because he got so high on gummies last night. I think I'm still slurring my words a little. I mean,
An arrest would be better than a settlement.
Yeah, at this point, there's no criminal charges against Hardman. It's only a civil case, so he won't be arrested for that. The charges are
For
still
assaulting
active
someone.
against Val. But the charges are still active against Val, and there have been no charges filed against Hardman legally.
Scratch that, battering someone.
Brandon Mitchell.
Well, assaulting
And
and
false
battering.
imprisonment, and then he actually moved them, so that'd be kidnapping.
Anybody's got a good video they want to share?
That's what would happen if I did what he did to Bella.
Yes.
Let me know.
Yes, you're correct, Jen. That is what would happen. But at this point, the state has not opted to place any charges against Hardman.
I can't believe that.
The state gets to choose on those, you know?
What's the cause of death for this cop?
I just found a red hair in my beard. What did I do last night? Okay.
Anybody know?
Ginger. He must have had some ginger.
Cause of death for what?
The cop was dead.
Is the cop dead?
Yeah. They got a whole trial about it and everything.
Oh, John O'Keefe. Nobody know. The medical examiner determined that the cause of death was blunt force to the back of his head causing a irreparable hemorrhage throughout his brain.
So isn't the car accident or hit by a car type of thing irrelevant then? Wouldn't
Well,
the
they're saying
prosecution's case be she hit him with the car, but not in a way that would cause fatal injury, and he fell over and hit his head and died, and therefore it's manslaughter?
well, I would see that too, but they can't even prove she hit him with the fucking car.
But they didn't present it that way. That's the point. There's so many different ways the Commonwealth could have presented the case that
How
they
did they?
didn't. Like so many different theories they could have went down to see if it could happen. The like
How did they say he hit his head? On the
I
car?
think
pretty much they're saying once. So when she backed into him at least 24 miles per hour, uh, is what they estimate that they hit him hard enough to shatter completely a tail light, like completely shatter it.
well,
And
they didn't
then
just
which
shatter the taillight cover; they damaged the actual mechanisms for the taillight.
Got no mods.
what? I mean, the way the state presented it is when he hit his elbow hit it. That's when the abrasions happened and the light got destroyed the way it got broke or however you want to put it. But then when Arca come in and showed their test with actual test, not just blue paint, uh, it painted a little different picture. Yeah, I mean it was with crash test dummies and like an arm, but you could still calculate all that shit if you know what you're doing. And I just feel when you get a price discrepancy, the state paid their expert 300 and some $1,000, where the defense only paid like 50,000 for their expert. You know what I mean? And why is it that if the state thought that's what happened, why didn't they use ACA to explain it, even though the FBI or the federal agency was for it? That there was just so many drop balls in here. As I said, I'm not saying she didn't do it, but I think their theory was way off of the events that happened, and I just think things have got misconstrued through
Well, it
it.
started with a botched investigation. They didn't. Okay. Say if someone had got hit by a car in front of my or your house, the first thing the cops would do would go in the house to make sure that everybody in the house is safe too.
Or they'd go
You
and
find a
knock on the
dead
door to
body in
see.
the lawn. The
Yeah,
very
you ask
first
if
thing
you
you want
see
to make
anything.
sure is everybody in the house is okay, and nobody
Yeah, and
did
make
that.
sure that you see everything. Everything. See if they seen anything or heard anything.
What did they
Yeah,
do?
how would they completely ignored them? The
They were in the house within a couple hours, sitting down at the kitchen table interviewing him. The cops were.
Well, yeah, but they didn't go in immediately and secure the scene. They didn't. They didn't verify that whether John O'Keefe even went into the house. They just immediately took the word of the guy in the house because he was another cop.
Hmm.
You or I, they wouldn't have given us that courtesy. They would have put us in cuffs to remove us from the scene while they searched the house if they found a dead body on our lawn.
Right.
They might have even entered the house illegally and claimed they had PC because of the body on the lawn.
Absolutely. They would have cuffed me and made me wait while they checked the house. They just would have. But because he's a cop, he gets special treatment. I think that influenced the jury too. The fact that they
Well, the
did not
special
do.
treatment would have been more violation of the homeowner's rights, right? So it makes it even more weird. If he's one of their own, you'd think they kick the door in, fucking not even wait for SWAT, you know?
Well,
Every
I guess
cop in the whole city would show up to kick that door down.
to
Worried that
me,
he's in there dead too, right? Especially since he's not answering calls.
the moment to me that sealed the fate is
Oh,
when
there's
they
two dead
had
people?
Devers on the stand. That and she did the whole false memory bullshit and going up to the commissioner's office to talk about this case. And then she did state that her career depended on the outcome of this case. So, like, I
No,
think
then
that was
Brian
the
Albert didn't
ultimate
answer his
nail in the
door.
coffin.
Brian
So
Albert,
how
the
did they
police
say that
officer
he hit
inside
his
the
head?
house, John O'Keefe, they say he got knocked over backwards by the car and hit his head on the frozen ground. But he has a black eye and a bloody nose that they never tried to explain.
Well, remember though, Karen's own statement explains the blood trickling down the nose, though.
What'd she
Remember,
say?
she said she come
OJ.
over and he had a piece of glass in the corner of his nose, and she said she just picked it out of that HBO documentary that she did. So, which
Right,
I
but
was
he had an
actually
abrasion on
surprised
his
that.
eye as well, and he had bruising on other parts of his head.
Do you think that the defense knew that they would use them series against her? Because I feel like that was almost kind of a stupid thing to do. Them mini series, docu series, so early.
According to jurors who have come out and spoken after the fact, there have been jurors who have come out
You?
and spoken now to the media. And according to them, those clips are what helped seal the deal that she was guilty only of drinking and driving because
Yeah,
they got to see her and got to see her as a person. And it was brilliant because they didn't have to put her on the stand where she got cross-examined, but she got to get her story out. And
yeah.
he
I mean,
knew that
makes
the
sense.
prosecution would use it.
Okay, I mean that makes perfect sense. A way
Video.
for her to testify without actually testifying. I get you.
Your video's Warren. I don't know what's up with that one, but like it's like 2 seconds of you playing, and then it's a bunch of black spot, and then it's you playing for 2 seconds. I don't. And the other video is just all black, so I don't know what you did to your video. See, it just plays that for a second, then it's black forever, and then it does the same thing again, and that's the whole video. So you gotta, take that video down and figure out what you did. But that's all it is. And the other video is literally just black, so I can't even play anything for you, brother. Unfortunately, there is nothing. This is the other video. It's just completely black the whole time. I don't know what to say. It's fucked up, bruh. Happens.
Fact of the matter is, we're never going to know what happened that day. They botched the investigation so much, and you can't go back and redo it, that we're just never going to know. John O'Keefe is never going to get justice, and that really fucking sucks. Because if Karen were guilty, they should have been able to prove it, and they weren't. So if
How
they
many
had done the
bodies are involved in this
investigation,
case?
one, but the people in the house weren't responding to calls, weren't coming outside with sirens and screaming outside. They weren't even reacting. So I'm surprised the cops didn't bust into the house just to make sure they were okay because he's another cop.
I've heard through the grapevine of real people that there are other people and other things involved, like a body or someone passed away, and the department was somehow involved, and it was those couple of cops, and of course it couldn't be brought into the trial because it wasn't relevant. But this that's a mixed up place. The department. I'm just gonna say.
This cop was found dead on his ex's lawn, right?
No,
No, somebody else's.
he's a
Some
cop.
random person's lawn.
No,
No, he was
cop.
supposed to be going over to an after party after the bar at another cop's house. That's where he was found. As to that other body you're talking about, hippie, my understanding is the FBI was investigating that when the whole John O'Keefe thing happened, and they saw it as possibly being related to their investigation, and that's why they investigated John O'Keefe, because they were already investigating a serious crime of involving someone's passing with those same characters in it, leaving John O'Keefe out. And John O'Keefe was brought to the house supposedly to party, and all of a sudden this happens at this house of these cops. The FBI is already investigating. So that's why the FBI investigated John O'Keefe's murder at all, is because they were already investigating those cops in
Yeah,
another murder.
it's pretty suspicious that they were investigating these cops already. This guy dies, and look at what Oathkeeper says. Oh, they were getting ready. He was getting ready to rat on them. And then the floor in the house of the cop redone. And then isn't there something about there was a dog attack with the guy? That's how they was trying to explain that he hit his head. But that dog either didn't exist or mysteriously disappeared. I can't. There's only 2 videos on your channel, and neither one of them really do anything. It's only
So
2.
The
Chloe,
line between the crims and the police is like
yeah,
so
exactly. So
blurred you can't even see it anymore now.
so Chloe existed. R.I.P. Chloe, in my beliefs. She was a dog. She was a former police dog, and she was known to be aggressive with people. A couple weeks after the John O'Keefe incident, Chloe attacked one of the Albert's neighbors, and they had to rehome Chloe supposedly because of she attacked a person and they wanted her put down. So supposedly they rehomed her to a farm where this dog, who is a retired police dog, so you know she's at least 6 years old, they renamed the dog and everything. So I believe that Chloe is buried underneath that redone basement floor, personally, so that her teeth prints can't be compared to John's injuries. But that's all hearsay.
Ashley
The
says
end part is
they did
hearsay.
with
The
their
dog
phones.
existed.
Suspect. Well, I don't know anything about that. What they do with their phones?
So two of the police officers destroyed their phones the day before they were subpoenaed to turn them in as evidence.
How's that legal? If you hurt my feelings, can you hug my feelings to make them go away? No, unfortunately, I've got to call the police on you if you hurt my feelings. I'm just saying.
They never contacted the neighbors who had Ring cameras to get any of the Ring camera footage.
My camera's messing up. Pull up crotch crickets or harder times. I didn't see. There's only shorts there. I don't see regular videos. There's no like link or it's like your fucking channel's been smacked. I don't know. Is it just
If she
me?
had hit him with the car, the neighbor across the street's Ring video would have picked it up. They verified how that Ring video is pointed and it would have picked up. It would have captured the entire scene. And yet none of the Ring camera videos were taken for
I'm wicked
evidence.
hungover camping, but I'm all right. I'm alive. Just fucking Jesus. I ate so many gummies last night. I slept on the cold bathroom floor. Literally. Woke up at 5 a.m. freezing to death and went to bed. Whoops. Never eat too many gummies if you're a hippie. I'm just saying.
We tried to tell you, hippie. You were like, no, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to eat another gummy. By the way, thank you for last night, hippie. I really
I
appreciate
wish
it.
I had known that last night. I didn't know that was the case. I missed that part because when I handed him to him, I said, "Man, you're spinning the wheel of you're spinning the wheel of unknown milligrams here." So
Yeah, he said, I was thinking it the whole time when I was laying on the floor, fucking
yeah,
drool pouring out of my mouth. I'm like, he fucking said, watch out, these things will bite you. Oh, you don't eat many of them. And sure enough, I ate like 3 fucking giant handfuls and fucking I was done.
oh
Man,
shit.
man, I was scared. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm dying.
See, in AA, that's what they tell us is the main thing that makes you an alcoholic. If when you have one, you cannot stop having more,
That's true. That's why I can't drink.
even
Because
to your own detriment. Well, you got to watch it with the gummies too, hippie. Same shit. It might not kill you as quickly, but it certainly knocked you on your ass.
you think you can die from eating too much weed? I mean, I definitely threw up. So I
We
don't
don't
know.
we don't know because this concentrate thing is a new thing.
Right.
We have no idea if the kind of THC levels that we have now at a
Mhm.
high concentration, we don't know what that does because we've never seen it before. It's like, you know, chewing the coca leaf did never kill anybody. So what's wrong with cocaine? And then all of a sudden people are fucking ODing.
Yeah.
Having some poppy tea wasn't really killing people, but hey, we start smoking it, we start refining it into heroin, and people are dying. Well, smoking some weed really didn't hurt many people, but let's fucking refine the shit out of this shit and then concentrate it and say, oh, it's still safe.
Jenny, did you see how we raised 250 for the wonderful Nikki last night?
I
2,000
did
people.
not. You
2,000
think she wouldn't be such a Debbie Downer then? Here, trying to shit on fucking gummies.
Well, he's the one who said he was laying on the bathroom floor drooling on himself last night. Not because he had gummies, but because he
Nikki,
had too many. That's
Nikki,
the problem.
Nikki, you have to understand that those gummies were donated to me, right?
Oh
They
man.
come right out of the factory, and it's the tailings. So when they cut the shapes in the factory, the tailings they don't put it back into production. They don't put it back into batch and what have you. And so somebody had donated them to me. But the thing is, they're all mixed up. 5 milligrams, 150 milligrams, 200. It's all mixed up. So you're spinning the wheel of you don't know what you're taking. So that's why he
Well,
was feeling like he was dead last night because he took some heavy duty
I
strength.
watched him eat like at least 10 of them.
I told him I'd take little nibbles. Now, granted, I'm a lightweight. Zat, I gave Zat pounds of them. A box that probably weighed 8 or 5 pounds. He ate them all within 24 hours. Not a thing. Didn't get high at all. Fucking Zat's tolerance is up around fucking Jupiter or something. Oh my goodness.
That needs a tolerance break, but everybody keeps
Oh
telling him that and he doesn't want to hear it.
yeah,
Because
does he ever? Does he ever?
if
He
it's
just
not working, why keep taking it? Try
right.
something different for a minute.
Right. I mean, I could have taken that 8 pound box of tailings and 100% done away with hippie. Just said, yeah, eat him like crazy. You know, he would
Well,
sarcastically speaking.
I
You know,
know, I know. He should have just. He was already really high and claiming to
yeah.
be really high, and he's like, "But I'm gonna eat another gummy. But I'm gonna eat another gummy." And I'm like, "Hippie." Even Hottie came up to tell him that's enough gummies, and he didn't listen. And as to Dennison about my gratitude, I'm very grateful to what Hippie did and the people who donated, including you, Willie, and all the help I got. It really is going to make a big difference when I go to pick up my car next week.
Yeah, and like I say, when I shut down, I went and looked at how many people had gone through. 1,625 people came through as soon as I shut down, and then when I woke up this morning, it was 1,830.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. 1,800 people for a live stream is We had 89 people for the most in the stream. That's a record for me without Andrew dropping, because Ace was in here and she said, no, it was all you, Hippie. It wasn't Andrew.
It was that hot thumbnail picture that you put on.
I agree. I feel like the thumbnail was a lot of it, because your face is just looking perfectly at the audience. So I think a lot of it, yeah, clickbait. A lot of haters came through. That was a fun part of it too. Got the little...
Oh my gosh, that was hysterical. Do you need more attention? Do you need more attention? Are you done?
Well, and the name Nikki is really common, so they could have thought it was any Nikki.
Right.
Based on the thumbnail.
Although, but
or
the
title.
picture.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very appreciative and grateful. I did not expect that when I mentioned I needed to get money together for my car. I totally didn't expect that.
Who came in hating?
Diogenes. Huh? Oh, weird sock accounts came in hating Den.
Yeah.
People we don't know came in hating on the idea of e-begging, and we were like, whatever.
Yeah, Hippie actually tore into some trolls last night. I don't usually do that, but
Yeah, but you were doing it nicely.
I was, of course I was.
You were also really hot.
And then I kept working that one guy from wherever he was from, Iceland, maybe.
I thought he said the UK.
I
He
kept
came
working
around,
him.
though.
He was hating, and I just kept working him, and pretty soon we got to a common ground about addiction, and then next thing you know, I don't mind you, Hippie. So I think that's always fun when you win over a hater.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Wait,
was
the
a good
cocoa
night.
leaves? Oh yeah, I had a blast. Except for the floor issue, but yeah, I blame that on Dennison. So
Sounds good to me. All Denny's fault.
The problem with collecting haters
yeah, go ahead.
is you're fucking surrounded by a bunch of fucking haters.
Look at this fucking buds in this shit, man.
You know what the worst part about fighting in the basement is?
Go ahead.
You're fighting in a goddamn basement.
Man, what a great ounce. Best ounce I've ever seen. Cheap too. Lemon maraschino. Oh yes, oh yes. How much of a cut of Nikki's money are you getting, Hippie? None of your fucking business. Oh, people are so mean. So mean. So what's going on in the news today, Dennis? What do you think about Iran? They really had China fly in and drop off munitions, and next thing you know, they break the Iron Dome, and now they're firing fucking whatchamacallit warheads that explode into other warheads and explode into other warheads. And
they got Chinese upgrades?
Yeah, China flew in with some kind of secret plane. It was on radar.
Holy shit.
China did the same thing that Trump did. China told the people, Trump told the people in Tehran to evacuate, and China told the people in, what's the capital of Israel again? Retarded me.
Tel Aviv?
Yeah, he told Tel Aviv they better, the guy, that Jin whatever guy in China said that Tel Aviv better evacuate, and then they flew a plane in with a bunch of munitions into Iran.
Oh, it was an awesome stream, Dial.
Total proxy war, Dan.
She got 250
And what proof do we have that the Iron Dome was actually defeated?
Because
possible AI video.
Several dozen rockets went right through. The first rockets that were fired after China left were hypersonic missiles, and they just plunged right through. Nothing was really hitting the hypersonic missiles in what I saw. We showed it on here, and then I didn't see it yesterday, but apparently late yesterday they were firing those, what do you call them, bombs? The ones that explode into other bombs. What do they call that?
Clusters.
Cluster bombs, yeah. So that all came from China. They didn't have hypersonic missiles or cluster bombs. Did quite a bit of damage to a hospital over there, breaking through that dome. A couple other big housing buildings were taken out by the hypersonic missiles.
Well,
It's neat showing the
to quote,
hypersonic. Oh, go ahead, Nikki.
to quote Israel, when they're hitting hospitals, there must have been munitions underneath them.
Yeah, right. No, there's no excuse for that bullshit. But I will say that's what they do, right? Put innocent people on the hood of cars as they drive them up with bombs to blow up a fucking site, right? So glad to see a fight turning into fairer. Well, yeah, Denny was commenting that they had no munitions, but they're doing a good job. But see, now war, you don't need tanks and fucking boats and bullshit because we can use missiles and drones. They ain't having good luck with drones. Iran because of the dome. But the thing is, the hypersonic missiles, you could see the missile like go, and then you see the other missile that's part of the Iron Dome, like not even on the same plane.
Have you
Can't
heard
catch it.
of Sandia National Labs, Hippie?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Where the nuclear bombs originated? Well, they announced today that they have created a new gravity nuclear warhead, like a new nuke. They announced this morning.
Huh. Iran?
Sandia National Labs. You can look it up. They made an announcement this morning about a new nuke.
We should totally not test it on that one place.
I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Yeah,
Willie. Mr. Don't really get high over there with all the super potent gummies for Hippie.
The cocoa leaves help them with the elevation sickness. I watch Bald and Bankrupt all the time on YouTube. He's a British guy who travels around. He went to Colombia too, and he bought the cocoa leaves. And this old woman said, "Psst, come here." So he was, okay. So he comes down and she gives him a handful of this black stuff. She says, every time you eat some leaves, take a little tiny piece of the black, put it in with the leaf, and I promise you, you'll get the effect you're looking for. So feeling a little awkward about it, he did it anyway, and sure enough, got high as a motherfucker. Good morning, Sid. How are you? Welcome to the show. Who cares what country he was from? He was still in mom's basement surrounded by piss buckets. Ew, that's gross.
Who?
Oh, man. Whoever we were talking about, I'm not even sure who we were talking about. Josh? No, not Josh. I don't know who the hell we're talking about.
The troll that you said you thought
troll.
he might be from somewhere, and I said somewhere else. Yeah.
Hope you had a great stream last
Iceland and UK.
Oh yeah, the troll guy that kept fucking bitching, and then in the end he finally was being cool. We were chatting about heroin, and he said they still have heroin over there, and over here, of course, there's no such thing as heroin anymore. Not unless you're talking about Trank. I'm gonna roll a fat joint again. Let's get high. Yeah, it was a really good stream dial. Like I say, really best turnout most people have had in stream. 89 people in stream at one time. 1,600 people washed through in the I don't even know how long we were live because I was so high. Couple hours, I'm sure. Holy fatty. I like my joints and my women. Wait, what?
You know me, Marge. I like my beer cold, my TV loud, and my homosexuals flaming.
How's your TV, by the way? Did you get a new one yet?
No,
That's the...
I'm too Israeli.
Yeah, you too cheap.
Dio, fair fights are bullshit. I want one side to completely wipe out the other and get it over with.
Yeah, so we don't have to keep reliving this over.
Quickest way to peace.
Again.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you hear that?
There's no more diplomacy after 100 years. You either quit killing each other or one side has to wipe out the other. This shit gets boring after a while.
See you fighting, tuning out her. Yep, more weapons. It was awesome. Thank you so much. No, that's not. You are talking about the guy, Lewis. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lewis. Yes, that was his name. That's right.
Fighting is peace.
Dominance ain't peace. Fighting
Fucking
is peace.
George Orwell over here.
Wait, I got a joint, no lighter. Oh, shoot.
I'm going to say it every time. If we get rid of the borders, the wars go with them.
Every time you get rid of what?
I'm going to say it every time we talk about any war going on in the world. If we just get rid of the borders, the wars go with them.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't believe it. I think
there'll still be violence and there'll still be crime, just like there is everywhere. But you're not going to send a nuke if it's not another country, if you can't make an enemy out of it. You know, if it was all just one world, global economy, run like the states are, where each country still has its autonomy, but overreaching all of it. We are all one, and the borders are irrelevant. And if
you did that tomorrow, it'd be a fucking horror show. It'd be Escape from LA with dirty nukes. I'm not saying I'm against it, mind you. Please don't take me the wrong way. I'm just saying it would be a fucking free-for-all. There would be Somali pirates running entire portions of cities in the United States.
I think I saw yesterday something about a gang that took over a major housing complex yesterday in Colorado, I believe it was.
That sounds ridiculous.
Showed a bunch of kids running up and down the stairs with Uzis and fucking ARs. It was like, oh,
another one.
Imagine
I mean, I've been hearing about that in Aurora for 2 years now. Them taking over apartment complexes.
Meanwhile, everybody's mad about immigration. Witchy, awesome. Hope it worked out. She made $250, so she got a portion of it. I think that's.
So these were some middle-class white folks that took over the apartment complex.
Yeah, it's a lot like people with tans to me, not necessarily black, but
tans like. You know how your auntie gets after you go to the Bahamas, or tan like it's not Toby, it's Kunta Kinte.
No, I don't know. More like South America look type deal.
According to the news reports that have been coming out of Aurora for a couple of years, they are a foreign gang. The majority of people involved are not here under permissions from our government. I hate to use that. I don't want to call them undocumented because they're documented. We got video of them all over. They're documented, all right. I don't want to call them illegal because people get hurt by that statement, but that, I mean, from what the reports that are coming out of Aurora, and this isn't the first time, it's Haitians taking over entire. They were here legally for a minute because Biden let them all in, and now they're not getting that money from the government anymore, so they gotta live somewhere.
Wait, the West founded Somali
Doesn't
pirate?
matter. Doesn't matter. How many Somali pirates do we have now? Have we had for the last 500 years? Oh, 0? That's correct. That's how many we've had. You get rid of the borders, and here's the thing. Since we're not really enforcing the border, what I'm predicting is going to start happening. So you'll get your Somali, yeah, you're gonna get your Somali pirates, and IQED. That's all I have to say.
Well, Hippie just brought it up. They took over apartment building in Colorado.
If we had one world economy, you'd be paying $150 for a local bread.
Good. Bread's poison anyway. Eat something else.
I agree, yeah. Anything.
Make your own fucking bread. Do you know how easy it is to make bread?
But it's not
for
even
$7, I can get enough flour to feed me for an entire month. And that's if I ate bread every day, which I don't. It just sits in the cupboard.
I was having fun with New Guru. He was in the other day spitting out all his words, and I was throwing some of them into the AI just to see what it would come back with. It was quite funny.
Dio, let me ask you something. What do you think of white colonists? What do you think about the white man who came here when the Native Americans were here and were tribal? Do you think they deliberately poisoned them with blankets? Do you think they murdered them with muskets? Do you think they stole their land and defiled their women?
I would have
the Vikings. What about those blonde-haired, braided, blue-eyed Vikings? What do you think of them? It's complicated.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, Somali pirates in the United States is also complicated.
Oh, Nude got hidden. What is going on with YouTube the last 2 days? They've been hiding everything. I'm showing it. Show.
I like their fits, lols.
Program me harder, baby. It muted that? Are you kidding me, YouTube?
That's the great thing about this fucking brainwashing binary thinking that we got going on, is half your citizens support this shit in one form or another. Most of them are just like, they're like cattle.
Apathetic.
No, I would say worse than that. They will invite the person that will slit their throat into their homes and cook them dinner before it's done to them. That's a majority of Americans now. Fat-bellied lambs. The apathetic people aren't even part of the equation, I would say. I wouldn't include them in the 50-50, right? They're the ones that we don't even count, right? They probably make the majority, though, like you said. And but some of them are for it because they're tired of your honky ass. You know what I'm saying? Like La Raza means to earn the land back. It was always there. So get with the program, honky.
I don't know about that. La Raza started with Che Guevara, and it wasn't about getting the land back. It was about having rights to live on the land, not necessarily taking the land, but the right to live and work the land. So I guess
it isn't anymore.
I guess to some degree that's easily transmutable to, well, if we're going to live on and work the land, we might as well take the land too.
Topic today is was Karen Reed a bit?
What causes people to be violent, Dia?
Talking about violence now.
Well, I mean, we have brought up war.
And how do you make individual judgments when you're talking about domestic immigration policies? When you're dealing with tens of millions, and I would argue hundreds of millions, because
like what Oathkeeper says, we already have
people.
pirates. They're called cops. Good
The
one.
Somalis are worse.
Yeah, a little bit.
A cop will violate all of your rights and then let you go home to your wife and sleep in your cozy
Right.
little bed. Especially if you suck up to him like he's a hero. The Somali don't give a fuck. He
Put
might
you
shoot you by
down.
accident.
Yeah, right. By accident. Oops.
I
Lack
mean,
of
that's
control causes it, I believe.
going on a lot right here in Albuquerque with the cops shooting by accident. They're shooting each other even by accident. They just shot one of their own police dogs. A female cop shot her partner in a shootout situation. Like a couple years ago, we had a detective go and meet an undercover, not know it was an undercover, and shoot the undercover. Like they're the cops are getting pretty bad. I agree. Somalians are
I met
probably, I guess, worse, but
Worse.
it's
I met
maybe
a
I've
great
never met
guy.
any.
I met a
Like
great
the
guy
type
in there. He was from Nigeria. And he came in, he said, hippie, if you did that filming shit in my country, you know what would happen? They'd give you a shovel, they tell you to dig a hole, they tell you to lay down it, and they shoot you and put the fucking dirt over it. Probably call someone to put the dirt over it. You guys don't know how lucky you are in America to have freedom. I'm just giggling to myself, thinking, freedom. I guess more freedom than you have in Somalia.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, compared to Somalia, good job, America.
Well,
Way to really reach for that rainbow.
Diogenes
Right.
said that you asked what causes violence, and they said a lack of control. And see, that's go ahead, Dan.
Wait,
as soon as you tell me how I feel, you've tapped out of the conversation as far as I'm concerned, dude. That's just my personal philosophy. Once I'm having a conversation about, immigration policy and you tell me how I feel, you taking a time out. And so it may be me that takes the time out in for you, but that's what that means. We're on the mat, for some reason you're tapping my shoulder.
Angie says pussy. My highly trained, my Norwegian pussy. She's talking about her cat, of course, right?
That lack of control statement, though, I didn't see that. That's interesting. Like, so everyone's violent? I want to rob a bunch of people right now, but I feel like I'm controlled.
Yeah, that's what
Angie
stood
Burke
out to
said.
me was that statement of a lack of control. What you said, what causes violence, and then the answer was, where did it go? Oh, it was Angie. I misread that. A lack of control. That's scary that people think that lack of control means violence. Maybe they mean self-control. I'll throw that out there.
She's talking about police officers.
Yeah, see, too many conversations gets all tangled up. I think the biggest argument anyone has for continuing borders is down to ego and pride in my mind. And I think if we just let them go, they'd go.
When will those clouds all disappear? Angie, where will it lead us from here? With no loving in our souls and no money in our coats.
That's a good question. Why is Somalia Somalia? I don't know. But you know what I think we should do? We should import a bunch of Somalians into the United States to see how many we can import before the United States becomes Somalia. Seems like a good idea to me.
A lot.
Fuck it. You know why? Because I've never been hurt by a Somalian either, and I've been physically hurt by a cop before. So, now all of a sudden I've changed my mind.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see if we can get some El Salvadorian gangs too while we're at it, right?
got a scar right here on my face, about a half-inch. Boys blue.
What's the most violent white country in the world? Does anybody know?
Must be America. I'm talking about police officers who shoot themselves and others supposedly accidentally. Remember a few years ago, there was a video of a black cop who was teaching a class or something, and he shot himself in the leg. Remember that? He played it at the time. Nothing we are doing matters. Well, that's not true. Matters to us.
It matters if I feed my chickens or not. It matters if I water my garden. I tell you what, I forgot to water some flowers that I had hung out, and they sure as fuck died.
Oh, they died.
Well, that's what, something I do matters. When I water my plants, it matters. When I feed my chickens, it matters. When I'm helping my daughters practice their skills, it matters. So some of the things I do matter, at least they matter to me.
Hazy says, no, I meant that it's not a lack of control. I'm sorry, it's a lack of self-control to a point, because I'd rather no one being violent towards anyone else. Agreed? Yeah, we talked about that. Me and Dan and Nikki and Ellie, we used to talk about a world where everyone has the perfect green lawn and the cute little white fence and the beautiful house and the nice car and the granite countertop and the beautiful red cedar roof and all the special stuff that goes with it. And then, world seems kind of senseless. Like, if there's no crime and, everyone's just, yay! And they've got a wallet full of money and everyone's clothes are cut up and everyone's got, everything. Doesn't really seem like it makes much sense. And when you start thinking of the world being all fucked, you realize, holy shit, that makes more sense as much as it's insane to think that.
Everything I'm looking at says Ukraine right now for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, what's going on over there?
I don't know. Well, there's a war.
Well, I know
You might have heard about it.
Yesterday, I know that Russia attacked with a bunch of drones in Kiev. Looked like some pretty heavy damage, and a couple of ballistic missiles.
Dio, I would quantify violence as your neighbors coming into your house and murdering you.
What country is all white? My main audio is checked up. I'll be back. Gotta restart. Hey, Dio!
People driving into crowds also I would count as.
Yeah, I said that one earlier too when we were talking about that shit. I had a person across the street from me say they wanted to kill themselves, but because I was the chief's kid, nothing was done. You can only imagine what happened there.
Prayers for the person.
Most violent country occupied by white people, but the most violent is Afghanistan. I could believe that. I don't know though. America's pretty fucking. I mean, I guess we'd have to look at stats on how many died from violence in Afghanistan as opposed to America. What do you think, Dan?
About what?
More people dying in Afghanistan daily from violence than America?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous place, even more so than here, I guess.
Well,
They're still at war.
You can compare direct numbers of Afghanistan to America just for the sheer population difference. I think you have to go per capita.
I was pointing out the way cops treat people differently. Keep your eyes on Israel and Iran. It will be insane. What's up, brother? I think it's going to be another proxy war, like Nikki said earlier, in that China's going to support Iran, and apparently they've got some kind of carrier plane that's similar to a B-2. When they shut off the transponders, it doesn't show up on the. So they were tracking it. They had seen a plane, from what I read, a couple of different times blipping up on the radar. And then it landed in Tehran, and then the article seemed to say that they were trying to read satellites to figure out what happened, and then the plane just mysteriously disappeared. Makes sense that that would have happened, considering they're firing hypersonic missiles and smart weapons. They didn't just pull that out of their ass like me and Dennison discussed the other day. They don't have shit for an army, but guess what? You don't need an army anymore. You just need a friend with big pockets.
The army was never the problem. Their army couldn't help them. Except they don't have it advanced technology or weapons capable of
Apparently they do now.
doing damage to Israel. Another country giving you all the weapons you need, of course, is always that proves the rule, right?
Well, that's what Hippie was saying, was it's kind of confirmed what you guys were saying, that they needed outside help because here comes China to give it to them.
I think China just likes fucking with us, so they're just, because as far as I could read, it was saying in other articles that Iran and China had recently not been getting along as well as they had in the past.
But they also have trade agreements, don't they?
I don't know. I mean, I know that's why Iran's been struggling.
BRICS.
We've had all these, whatever they're called, things on them that fucks with their economy. I forget the name.
Sanctions.
Sanctions, yeah, the sanctions.
Well, I thought Iran was one of the group that agreed to accept the yen for oil, and that was like a big deal a couple of years ago, that the United States was pissed because they were being pushed out of the petrodollar by the yen because China was negotiating with those countries. I thought Iran was one of those.
China will support Iran because they have oil. Good comment. It's not only Dio, the numbers don't lie. Some of the worst massacres come out of Asia and Africa. ETL, Britain quit $1 billion in India. $1 billion? Are you kidding? Different history books read different answers in different societies. We aren't immune to propaganda. ATL. I must be flagged. Almost message shadowed. I haven't seen any of your message shadowed since earlier, no.
I don't give two shits about propaganda. I'm in my mid-40s. I watch my country turn into a shithole right in front of me.
Pretty quickly, too, huh? A matter of, 20 years? Things really gone down the tubes in the last month.
Yeah, I saw it when I was a kid, so I would say it started happening before I was born. But in the last 20 years, it accelerated like a motherfucker from under the surface to in your face, setting shit on fire on TV.
What do you think? Technology accelerated it?
Kinda. It's mass migration, right? Like the world is changing.
Well, that's why we always used to say that term limits would be a great thing for America. Get some of these guys that have been in office for way. All these guys that are in office in their 70s who have no idea what the world is like today, they shouldn't be there. It should be term limits. 4 years, maybe you wait 4 more years and then you can run again, but no fucking stay in there for What was that?
That's a helicopter from the base. I can feel it, not just hear it.
That's awesome. Does it feel good?
Yeah, it's vibrating my seat.
It's vibrating your seed. Is that what you said?
My
Mm.
seat.
Oh,
My seat. My
Okay.
chair. Like it vibrated my whole house. You can hear the glass
I was
rattling.
gonna say,
Still
like, it
flying
should be
over.
vibrating your eggs.
And it,
Immediately had my mind roaming. I'm just saying. How you doing, Max Gilmer? It all went slowly down the shitter. Yep. And no one really cared until we were here, and now it's too fucking late. All the
So like
all the bootleggers.
the
Yeah.
common everyday services that I contract as an American middle class citizen have gone to shit as they've been imported from all around the third world. And the sector of the economy where I made my career in IT, I watched go to shit for the same reason, just from a different shithole country where all the employees were imported.
I
Rwanda,
want to
Congo.
answer the 7.25 an hour. That may be the federal minimum wage, 7.25 an hour. But I live in what borders on the poorest state in the country. We vie with Mississippi for being poorest all the time. And our state minimum wage is $11 an hour. States, cities, counties all have their own minimum wages. There's only maybe a couple places left in the United States where 7.25 is the actual minimum wage because most municipalities and state governments set their own minimum wage. In Santa Fe, near where I live in Santa Fe County, the minimum wage is $16 an hour.
Yeah, let
If
me
you
just say
import,
where I'm at. And where I'm at, if you work at Stop and Shop, which is the local,
mm,
it's a nationwide shopping, food shopping place.
regional,
$19 to start, 25 being, the higher scale. So everything out here is super expensive. So, the wages have to stick with that. Otherwise, people that
that
come here for the summer to work for all of these businesses couldn't survive if not.
that'd be decent wages for somewhere in southern Mass out in the rural area. Uh, but at where you're at, it's barely minimum wage, just
Yeah.
minimum living. Right?
Carpenters are
Uh,
making 30 or 35. I mean, they're making
when
3 times what they make anywhere else.
if you import people, you lower the cost of labor too. Right? Everybody's wages go down when you import people. If you import people who are used to living 12 to a house and getting paid pennies a day or dollars a month, then you lower the wages even more, right?
I,
So
I live in a
this is
sanctuary state and our wages keep going up. McDonald's has on their sign $16 an hour starting pay.
Damn. What's it cost to rent a place out there? Say you were renting a 1 bedroom apartment. What are you paying? 1,000?
12 to 15.
Yeah, so it's the same here, really. So that's kind
let's
of
be
normal
honest though,
wages.
that job should pay $30 an hour. So like a recent increase in prices because of a shortage of labor that's been caused by people realizing they don't want to get screwed over anymore. During the coup, they were able to survive without employment, as it wasn't the end of the world. So some of these uppity citizens got it in their heads they might want to spend time with their families or build their own businesses or get paid a wage that matters.
Or also, the government's getting stricter on catching people with, illegals working and are getting stricter. And I feel like that has an effect on the wage as well.
Yeah, so a recent uptick in wages by like 5 or 10% doesn't really take anything away from the overall decrease in wages, which I'd say is at least 50, if not 80%. Like compared to the productivity that we put out.
Cashiers here in Fort Wayne at Costco start out at $21.50. See, that's more in line with here. Yeah, that's amazing. Fort Wayne, Indiana, I'm assuming. That's what it sounds like in my head. So, wow, that's crazy.
The issue isn't about raising or lowering
Rosie,
wages. The issue is about the work that's being done. People don't own their means of employment. So it's always working for someone else. And as long as that happens, that someone else you're working for is going to want to make something off of providing the means of your labor. So it's a really tight rope when you live in an industrialized society.
I'm definitely seeing an influx in people pulling fruit for $300 a month. What? I'm definitely seeing an influx.
300 a month.
Yeah,
That would
Dude,
be
when I used
illegal.
to go pick in the 90s, I could make $300 in a day. They'd pay you by weight everywhere I worked. I've picked beets, I've picked peas, I've picked tomatoes, I've picked strawberries. In Colorado, we used to drive up and spend 3 weeks up there during the harvest season, bouncing from field to field, and they pay you by the weight that you pick. And I'd make enough money not to work for 2 months when I came home to New Mexico.
ATL says rent a minimum of $2K here in my area, but 3,000 is more mainstream. Around 5,000 for something nice. Now listen, something nice where I'm at right now, 25,000 a week. House in Chatham. There's cheap for you.
There's absolutely
$20,000 a week. Wow. All right, go ahead, Dennison.
there's absolutely no law in America against a company paying an immigrant twice as much as what they pay you.
Rent a minimum of 2K. Joke hippie. Fort Wayne, Indiana. I've been up since 5 today. Went to bed at like 9. Oh, Airbnb will cost you 3,000 a week. Yeah.
That's
The houses
crazy.
across the street from me are 3,400, and the other one's 4,300. One's just a regular cape. It's kind of nice. It's just kind of ordinary. It has a pretty nice entryway, what I say that is a nice oak stairwell with a nice rounded twist up cool entryway railing. But other than that, it's pretty ordinary. 3,400 bucks, and then the other house is really modern. It's just a cape. It's a 5-bedroom. 4,300 bucks a week, but it's inside. It's got all full AC. All brand new kitchen, very modern. Bathrooms are very modern. So I guess, I mean, if you're gonna pay fucking $4,000, I feel like it's worth it based on what they've done to it. Hang on a second.
$4,000. I grew up at a time when things like that deliberately cost less than your rent. You know?
Yeah, I don't get the way that the country's going, but it works out to basically, in order for one person to pay off their debt, another person's principal is pulled out of the system into interest. So you're going to have a lot of people. If you have people at the high end of the spectrum, you're going to have at least an equal, or probably more like a exponential amount of people on the bottom end to make up for it. And that's just industrialized capitalism. It's literally what it was designed to do. So it's doing it.
Absolutely gorgeous today. Sea breeze, 71 degrees, not a cloud in the sky.
Capitalism is gay.
Well, I mean, if you look back at where it came from, I mean, it was a very gay culture, like literally bathhouses and whatnot.
Who are you blaming capitalism on today, Nikki?
Well, modern capitalism derives from Greek democracy.
I
Yeah.
think it's more like mercantilism. It's more of a British lord type of system.
Well, I won't argue the British influence over the globe. That's obvious.
Like when we used to have those silly little drawings when you read about old shit in your history book. You know, look like you ever seen the Tool video, The Pot? You ever seen that video?
I don't think
Yes.
so.
You know how like there were history books that all looked exactly like that same kind of illustration? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes. And so like those people, that's where I think we got our system from. You know, those were like what, the Anglo Saxons and the, or am I getting it wrong? I mean, shit. I smoke a lot of weed.
Right. Yeah, what the lovely AI said when I asked, what are your thoughts on capitalism?
Give it to us.
Yeah. You know, I've realized how much I like the word yes recently.
All right, so it says, capitalism, the cosmic vending machine of modern life. You get what you pay for, but someone always stocks and snacks, and someone else owns the machine. There's no denying capitalism power. Wait, hang on. Capitalism power to drive innovation and give people the freedom to create, build, and hustle. At the same time, it has a habit of turning everything, time, labor, even identity, into a commodity. Under its influence, meaning often get replaced with marketing and freedom, starts to look suspiciously like product on sale. From your vibes and the flow in the studio chat, I'd say the stream's already hitting on something real. How capitalism pushes people into survival mode, chasing rent in a system that feels like it's allergic to equality. Dios got metaphysical with jobs are for serfs, while new guru out here calling break from the hamster wheel. It's funny how it even is reading the chat. But I don't know. Pretty interesting answer.
What did it say about Dio?
It just commented on the comment. It said Dio got metaphysical with the words "jobs are for serfs." SERFS. And then it
Love
said
you, Dio.
"Dude guru out here calling for a break with from the in hamster wheel." I think it's kind of cool.
That was actually a pretty
Go ahead. Come on.
interesting take from an AI because it was very opinionated as opposed to just being factual. I kind of got a little creeped out by that.
I love the co-pilot. These fucking gummies, man. That's still here.
Is
Yeah,
Will still with
right.
us, or did he take a gummy?
Huh?
Willie,
Will
I don't think Willie took any. He gave them all to me.
he's been
Divergent.
working on his yard. He wants to have people over, so he may have just stayed up on the panel and he may be off doing something.
Yeah, yesterday he was doing wheelies in his fucking Bobcat on stream. Nikki and I were freaking out. We're like, don't get hurt, don't get. I know, Divergent. I got so fucked up last night. I literally slept for about 3 hours on the bathroom floor from eating way too many gummies. Hippie was not paying attention last night when he ate fucking 3 giant handfuls of fucking gummies, thinking, I've ate 16 before. Man, I was up. I woke up and I looked at the clock. I felt weird when I woke up and I looked at the clock and the clock was like, it was like I was drunk, that room spinning thing where your head just can't. And I immediately felt sick and I fucking crawled out of bed, almost crawled to the bathroom, and then fucking I'm in there heaving. Thank God my granddaughter wasn't home. She went away. I'm in the bathroom. Fucking laying on the floor, drool everywhere. Oh, it was awful.
That's a lot of sugar too, Hippie. Like gummies aren't just weed.
Yeah, I don't
It's a
know.
lot of gelatin and a lot of sugar. Like, if you're
Listen,
not
Yeah, but let's
taking a
face
lot
it,
of sugar, that can fuck you up.
Hippie can handle the sugar. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm. Look at me. I am sugar. If you've seen a 5-pound bag of sugar, just imagine Hippie's arms and legs sticking out of it. Little head on the top. Oh, man.
So I made this bread meal last night, and once again, they ate it up. Zatoichi giving me inspiration with those strombolis has really upped my game a little this week.
Are you making some? I told everybody I would do a live stream where Hippie makes a stromboli for himself.
I didn't make stromboli. I just took inspiration from it. I don't have the ingredients for stromboli.
Why didn't you make one?
Well, because I didn't have like salami and stuff in the house. Instead, I had a pork roast that I cooked up and shredded, and I put that and cheese inside the homemade dough. And then I made a gravy to dip it in, and it was bomb.
Oh yeah, girl, tell me about your gravy.
Oh no, not this fucking guy.
What's up, Double D?
Oh man.
What up, Squatch?
Chilling like a villain, you know, cheating, robbing, stealing.
Did you hear the story? Hippie's night last night.
Oh, the lovely lady. Oh my
god.
Way too many gummies and
I heard some gummy stories, a little bit of it. I have a Snickers story. Have I told you my Snickers story before?
I don't think so. Let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, these Snickers were unaffiliated with the corporation that makes Snickers.
Okay.
I did not know that. I had a buddy of mine fly in from California, and he came in with a little bag of treats, right? So everybody got high as a fruit bat. And he left the next morning and gets on a flight back to California. He was coming from California to do a business deal over here to sell his house. So he's only here like 8 hours. He just turned around and flew back. He flies back. I wake up. He calls me letting me know he's landed and asked me if he'd left anything. And I looked around and found a paper bag in my refrigerator that had a stack of Snickers in it. And I was like, you're lost by gate, buddy. And I ate one of them. Like the Snickers came in 2 halves and it looked just like a normal Snickers. Although in retrospect, it was a little weird.
Snickers don't come in 2 halves.
Right. Like, right. So it was a little weird. There were some signals that something, but man, my dumb ass was like, oh, well, I'm about halfway through the second one. And I realized that I made a heinous, horrible error. And I went and dug the wrapper out of the trash. Right. I'm over here giggling maniacally going like, I think I was watching American Horror Story and I'm just laughing like it's a comedy. And my wife was like, there's something wrong with you. And I was like, wait, I got an idea. Hold on. And I jumped up, ran to the trash, got the wrapper. And that motherfucker was 1,000 milligrams of bar.
Wow.
I was chewing down the second half of the second bar as I found.
What were the symptoms? Did you
dude,
up?
I'm an old school stoner, bro. I had a little bit of paranoia, as in like for a little while there, for some reason I didn't want to walk the dogs because, you know, there were bugs outside.
Dan, you're a lightweight when it comes to candies. A modern king size Snickers does come in 2 pieces.
I think that my body just doesn't.
You telling the king size?
or
Yeah,
does
the king size
process it
Snickers
better.
comes in 2 pieces now, and they're almost as big as a whole one each.
Well, I
Some
wouldn't
people
make
say that
any.
my enzymes in my stomach break down the gummies better than others, and that's why, 40 milligrams gets me fucked up. We don't
Well,
know how much
keep in mind,
milligrams these are because they're cutoffs from a dispensary that makes all different milligrams of gummies. So they could be 100 milligram gummy, could be a 10 milligram gummy. I wasn't really thinking that. I just took a fucking bunch of them and threw them in my mouth like 3 times, and then next thing you know,
yeah. Well, I
I was
consider this.
fucked
I was not
up. I've
expecting
done
to get high.
heroin before. I felt higher than
I
that.
didn't eat a weed candy bar. That's not what happened. I didn't go to the refrigerator going, yeah, I'm going to get fucked up today, man.
Right.
No, I found a
Right.
candy bar in my refrigerator and ate it because I'm an
I
asshole.
thought it was sweets, and you were like,
Oh, it was good too, bro. There wasn't even like any of that oil taste or anything. Or if there was, it was covered by the peanuts, which I'm not supposed to eat in the first place, but I love Snickers, right? That's one of my weaknesses. And so when one popped up in my refrigerator, my whole family knows not to bring Snickers home because I will tear them sandwiches up. They're worse than pills, dude. That's my real addiction.
Not much. He was here earlier. Hippie ate so many gummies. He was a gummy bear. Oh, dude. I mean, literally, I slept on the bathroom floor, freezing with drool pouring out of my mouth. Fucking.
Did you have one of those scenes?
That happens to me every single night.
But yeah, well, he's got one of those dommy mommies that comes by and makes him do it.
Why is your bathroom floor cold? That's what I want to know.
Right? So they could watch.
So his nipples are hard.
Dad, that is what
it feels on my balls.
I've never gotten so high that from weed that I want to throw up. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty high. When your mouth is running dry.
No. I went on CT's panel one day, Chaotic Truth, and my wife had gone to go visit a friend from out of town, and she comes back. I'm in here. I just got on the panel. I walk into the kitchen. There's some freaking cookies on the counter. Now, maybe I should have learned my lesson about this, but it hasn't really stuck. I grabbed 2 cookies, come back. I fucking wolf one of them down. I think I did it on camera. It might be over there somewhere. I ate the first one. I set the other one down. I sat there and drank something for a minute and was waiting, to get brought up. And I get brought up. Ate the second one and waiting for the conversation to turn. And suddenly I realized that I am unbelievably high. And I'm like, honey, got a question. And she comes walking in from outside going, okay, hold on. But before you start, listen, those cookies on the counters, the homie said they are very special. One, maybe just half of one. I just take 2. All right. And left. Let me in there. And you can see me trying to collate all of this in my brain on CT's panel over there, slowly kind of melting into my chair, going, I've made an error of judgment and I'm in the wrong place to do that.
Serial
I am not in a safe place.
Welcome.
I am not in a safe place. That is true.
Especially if the lights are out. From a point where born and exploited in some way by government people who know and trust.
I grew up on a farm, Cochise. You're going to have to get better than that. I was planting freaking rows before I could walk hardly. So, like, until you've literally hand planted 20 acres of corn, I want to hear it.
Keep pulling my husk right now. Maybe I'll be sad and wish for a compassionate, not predatory system. It'll never happen.
Wait, hold on. What was it homie said last night? It was the alien. They did a fake interview with a fake alien and hypothesized what it might say, and it said they led their society through compassion and evidence.
You see,
compassion,
Mickey, good,
and evidence.
Compassion.
Who that is?
I can't even remember. It's a fake alien video released by like SCP or some shit like that, right? It's fake. It's a total fake. But the people who wrote it were like, okay, well, what type of society would these aliens have? And they came up with the concept of compassion and evidence, that the entire legal system, their belief structure, everything is compassion and evidence. And I'm wondering, what would that governmental structure look like?
Sounds pretty dope.
Last night's stream was pretty badass. Caucasian. Must have been the clickbait from Nikki's rad picture, but I had 1,600 people come through, 90 people in the chat. Fucking rad stream. We raised $250 for her to fix a car.
Cool.
Yeah, it was badass stream.
It's tough when a transmission goes out because there's really no easy fixes on a transmission. If it's not like a solenoid or a switch or something like that, then it's probably a valve. And if that's the case, they're going to have to break it down, get in there.
There you go. I broke it down for everybody to see trannies. Yeah. I made a live stream yesterday.
But that is a naked tranny, and you cannot show that on YouTube, sir.
Well, that's what everybody said. Hippie's favorite moment on YouTube. He's surrounded by trannies. Wait, what?
Well, you can show F to M. You can't show M to F.
I said, what about Nikki? She said, well, I'm almost a tranny. I had my insides removed, the hysterectomy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
Not at all.
No.
It was funny though. We all know that's not how it works, but it was funny though. I mean, I have 5 fucking kids. I'm all woman, but it was.
Yeah, it was funny when I said that's not how it works too, Nikki.
Right, that was the
They
humorous.
had this shit on it.
Yeah,
I don't think it gave you a set of cock and balls.
Well, I carry them in my pocket or keep them in my wife's purse where they'll be safe.
You'll have to go through a lot to get that picture. Instead of being a change yourself, cry about wish not happening, see the logic in this, success for the programming, keep your depressed and docile instead of proactive in a healthy way. It's a choice.
What if I want to be proactive in an unhealthy way? Is that acceptable?
Right? I mean, it's your life. You should be able to do whatever you want.
Well, like this, like, okay, I'm not going to name no names because there's no point. It does no good. Right. But there are First Amendment activists out there that are not actually First Amendment people, but are basically doing things for views that will inevitably have be shown in a negative light on the First Amendment community.
You mean in the frauditor community?
Yes. Although when you start,
all of us though, even the good.
That's what I was fixing to say. When you start looking at people who are called frauditors that also call other people frauditors, they call legitimate auditors and cop watchers frauditors, and it becomes kind of a fuzzy line to try to distinguish. Right? You were up here. I think it was your panel that came up on Midlife Bro Logic come in and screamed a bunch of bullshit at you one night. Just popped in and got kicked right back out because he was just spurring the fuck out.
Yeah,
anyway,
probably.
He started following First Amendment auditors from the frauditors that later were named frauditors, but he didn't stick around long enough to actually get to that distinction. And so he just paints all First Amendment activists as being idiots that are going to have everything destroyed because of the First Amendment. And I'm like, well, that's a little excessive, but there are some who are just in it for the money. And if that's the case, they're not actually activists, and in that case, they are actively. What was it we just said? Damn it, lost it. Proactively unhealthily proactive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Proactively unhealthy.
Yeah.
Proactive in an unhealthy way.
Right, that's what they're doing.
It's easy to point out the ones without saying names based just on how they treat people during their videos, you know?
Sure. But then you've got some people who have like 50 videos where they've gone in and done a perfectly legitimate audit. Nothing happens. There's no views. There's no rough interaction. And then one video where they go in and say some smart ass bullshit, then start filming. They go trigger somebody first, and then they crank it up and just walk around like they haven't been doing anything.
I was thinking it was me with all the no views and blah, blah, blah. But then when you get to that part, I'm like, oh, I guess it's not me.
Right? I get it. But like, there's this one guy who shall remain nameless who went and did a perfectly legitimate audit of this building. In fact, once he got in there, one of the people that worked there, one of the security guards or whatever, saw him coming in and was like, shoot, there's nobody in the building right now except for her. I'm going to take him on a tour of the place and let him see everything, walk him through, let him see everything. He left. But as he walked away, he tossed his bag over onto the bench right in front of the doors. Left, went and had lunch, turned off his live stream. 10 minutes later, he's over there. There's bomb squad. There's all kinds of other crap. Somebody, some random person, right, had called in a suspicious package outside of the courthouse or police department or whatever. Homie's first stream gets taken down, and his next stream is him out in front of that very same police department or courthouse or whatever it was, filming the reaction of the cops as he's trying to get closer to hit what ended up being his bag, right? But nowhere in the live stream does he admit it's his bag. You hadn't seen the original, you wouldn't know. And so that's what I'm talking about, frauditors, people who create circumstances where cops are already going to be on edge.
Right. Or create an incident behind the scenes so that the cops are called and then put your cameras on. And
exactly.
Like, oh, why are you here?
If you become the story, you're no longer a journalist.
Exactly.
And you're there to observe and report. If you're a journalist, you're not there to become the story.
It's pretty much what security are for too.
I don't know. In some ways, I feel like, it's just content. Their freedom of speech to view our content and then comment on it. But the problem that I have with some of these guys is that they get way too personal. I get it. You want to make fun of people. Look at he's not, respecting someone's decent rights. Like for me, if someone said, hey, don't film me in a sweet, kind way, I'm probably just going to turn away. Even though it's my right, you were decent. So, I'm going to respect you and just, But if you're going to be like, oh, you fucking idiot, shut the camera off, I'm going to follow you around because you were an asshole. Comments getting muted. What's up with YouTube? Last 2 days, bro. Dude,
it's been bad. It's been bad. I'm sitting over here. Have you ever met Duck Y or Duck Asks Questions or whatever? Anyway, he wants to get into this whole panel verse / debate bro kind of scene, right? He comes into chat. He's just being a little bit edgy. He had typed a couple of things that were like a little bit suspect involving firearms, and YouTube filtered them. But then everything he typed after that got filtered. And most of it wasn't terribly edgy. He'd get 1 in 5 through, and it'd be like a 1-word response. Yes, no, I don't know, something like that. But then everything else just got scrubbed.
Well, Chozy's was the only thing bad in his comment was fuck your feelings. He's got the dueling fuck your fingers. I mean, I don't know. YouTube never blocked shit like that in my channel before.
They're getting weird about emojis too.
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
Yesterday, I'm sitting here, and we had a ton of people running through, and I look at my thing, and it's Pat Burke. Pat Burke's always in my channel. He's a great dude, the guy that harassed the state cop, and he's like, I've been banned from your channel. And he always kind of drops, little tidbits of jokes constantly. He's one of those guys. And apparently I wasn't paying attention to my phone, But YouTube had been blocking them. I didn't see it, and nobody else really paid attention because everyone's a mod, so anyone could have show.
I think no one was a mod at that point, Hippie.
Oh, is that when AJot told me to delete everyone's mod? So I deleted everyone.
Yeah, no, you have to gatekeep your channel, and you have to do it carefully.
Yeah, I was just having fun. But anyway,
choosing mods is more important than just about anything else involving a live stream.
Yeah, I don't know. People like Dennison been telling me for years to do it differently. I've been doing it this way since I came here. I do delete my mods on a regular, which tends to hurt people's feelings. They come in saying shit like, "What did I do?
What did I do, man? Where's my mod set? Where's my wrench, dude?"
Yeah, you probably don't have one right now because I deleted it last night live. You know what I mean?
They're so hurt. I'm so wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, that's right. Wrench.
I have a method to the madness because, especially now with managing mods. So if you're modded, you can't time out a mod. So if everyone in the channel is modded, there's no fucking bullshit going on. And if there is, it's, stupid bullshit like doxing or that kind of shit, which would go away instantly.
I mean, same thing if it's no one modded, right?
What's that?
Same thing if it's no one modded, right?
But then you can't say, share my Cash App for me, will you? Then I got to do everybody's work. So I just make everyone mod so they can. And I apparently with my bot, there is a way I can set it up where everyone can drop links. But then, I don't know.
There is a difference. There is a difference between having no one modded and having everyone modded. The main difference is mods see more comments than your average viewer. So a normal chat person in white, if there are any comments removed by YouTube, they'll never see them. They'll never know that YouTube removed them. Hippie will see them. Hippie will get a chance to show them, maybe, unless YouTube just nukes them from orbit, which happens sometimes.
Now, just now, Josie got muted again.
Sometimes YouTube will nuke a comment and StreamYard won't, but sometimes
StreamYard's not touching them.
But sometimes both of them do. They either it was an error in trying to upload or something like that.
I've never seen StreamYard do that.
I have, but it was the only way I found out was because homie called me because it was like, why am I blocked? And I'm like, you're not blocked. He's like, yes, you are. And I went and checked. It wasn't blocked. I figured he was like out on a boat in a lake at the time. I'm like, dude, you just don't quite have enough service to freaking chat, I guess. I mean, it's not even popping up in StreamYard, so it's not making it to YouTube to say that you're chatting. Yeah,
YouTube's doing it over and over to Josie, but he's using voice type. He's using voice Google chat thing. So his chat comes through relentlessly fast to the point where some people are like, what is he, a bot?
Yeah, no, I thought he was a bot.
He's just sitting there on a voice chat fucking talking away. But he does get on the edge a lot with his comments. And you right now, YouTube's being a bitch. Like Pat Burke got banned. How do they even ban someone from my chat? Like what?
That does kind of sound like a rogue mod situation. One thing, the other thing about having everybody modded, they can all see the removed chats, but anybody
a mod can't ban a mod.
No, a mod can't ban a mod, but a mod can ban anybody that comes in before they get modded.
The managing mods are very few. There's only a few, and I know those people would not be,
Moderator mods are weird. I've got two.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Everybody does it differently than Hippie.
Well, and one of them has abandoned me because I got really drunk and did stuff.
Oh, so really? That's fun. I did that too. It was years ago. So every time I feel like drinking, although I did have a beer the other night, I did show some pictures of Hippie. Nona. managing mod can ban a normal mod. Yes, but mods
Yes.
can't. That's the exact idea of what I'm talking about. Why everybody has a mod. One, they can share their channel and their shit. If I look at it, that's awesome. YouTube is such a bitch on, if you're a mod in my channel, you can click on everyone in the channel and share the love. And you know what I mean by that. If you're just in there as a person, not a mod, and you click on Caucasian Sasquatch, it says report or ban. The fuck good is that? How does that help anybody? Other than making people want to report and ban them, because that's all they can do when they click on it. So there are methods to why I love modding people. Now, if you're modded and you click on Caucasian Sasquatch, guess what? You click on your channel, you can look at his videos, and if you think he's a cool bastard, you click the subscribe. You can't do that if you're not a mod. So what the fuck? Now you got to wait for people like the people that left his channel to click links, or for Hippie to randomly show up and share links. So you get where I'm coming from. It does work. It just doesn't work for everybody, and I get it. So
no one attacked you, bro. You don't have to defend yourself.
No, I just like explaining. So
is this the part where you talk down to us? Well, put on your stiletto heels and look me straight in the eye.
You do have to realize, Caucasian Sasquatch, that this has been something that people have harped on Hippie about.
Yeah,
so it's probably a sore topic, because for years we've all given him shit about the modding and unmodding and modding and unmodding, and it's just the way he is. He's happy with it. It works. It is what it is.
I think at least 10 people yesterday. Some people were here in the morning live and they were modded, and then they came in the evening, and Ajod was kidding around and said delete everyone's mod. So I fucked with her head, and when I deleted everyone's mods, everyone was like, wait, where'd my mod go? I know I had one this morning. Dude, why is it so important?
Go screw those guys.
I did.
If having a ranch is your biggest issue, if showing up to a channel and not having a ranch is a problem,
right?
Maybe you're not there for the content. Maybe you're there for the cloud of recognition, of validation, of respect.
When you walk into a room and you're the only person in white and everybody else is in blue, you wonder why you didn't get the memo.
And it can be, for Hippie, it can be clearly just because he was really high and didn't notice that someone's in chat right now that doesn't have a mod. Like Chosy. I always give Chosy a mod. He doesn't have one. Because I fucking delete those things so often, I don't really remember.
I mean, think about it a little bit. You walk into a room and everybody else is dressed to a theme, and you weren't told about the theme, but you were invited.
You're in dungarees with holes in the pants.
Yeah, dude. That happened to me one time. I was invited to a costume party, but wasn't told what the theme was, right? So everybody else shows up in like freaking I don't know what you'd call it, like like antebellum / French Revolution type super taffeta gowns and 3-piece suits and pantaloons and all that stuff. I showed up literally in an animal skin as a caveman.
I really don't care if I have a wrench. I already have my tool and my wife loves it. Fucking amen, brother. Does it work, the tool? I mean, I know your wife loves it, but just, does it actually activate and, because,
Oh no, mine's Bluetooth. I'm pregnant twice that way.
Bluetooth. When she's ready, she presses the button. Bing! He's like,
buddy,
gotta go, guys. Gotta shut the stream down right now. Why? Well, I just got a text.
Why bother? I'll be back in 2 seconds. You won't even notice.
One pump chump. Step right up to the plate. I've heard that about you Southern boys. No comment? Jesus.
Oh, well, I can't determine what you've heard. I just know Yankees lie.
Who? But much love and happiness. Wait, are you guys disagreeing down there in the chats? Come on, be nice.
Well, no, Nudie's doing his usual, trying to convert people over to his way of thinking, and they don't have the same way of thinking. You know, Nudie likes to convince people that everyone can do, quote unquote, what he does, which supposedly is eat nuts and berries and subsist off of the land as opposed to relying on the system.
I can't eat nuts and berries, but I did eat berries nuts. Is that the same thing?
Oh shit. General's on the phone. Stand.
Now that Hippie's gone, we can actually have some fun. I spy with my little eye. What's up, Greamy? Welcome in, bud. Very high, yes, we are. This doesn't appear to be good news. Body language ghost over here having that discussion about how Hippie's now totally stressed out and too high to deal with it. This is going to be great. Sounds like a bold plan. Let's see how it plays out for him, Cotton.
She's asking him what he wants her to bring home for lunch.
And that's so stressful.
He's like, I don't know.
All right, so this is the funny part. Like, I'm the one that's difficult to pick for. My wife, she wants the same thing every single time. A freaking grilled chicken sandwich from Zaxby's. Like, it's she should be a chicken at this point. So
my children say my partner and I, the worst fight we have is over where to eat, and it's just that we both don't want to have to decide.
Sure.
If we go out, it's like, well, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want?
So, because I'm so hard to shop to pick out something for, and I have such a difficult time trying to choose a place, you know, we've come to a conclusion where if my wife's going to get food, she actually calls me and asks me, and I say, go and look at the menu, and it shall become obvious. So basically, I'll eat whatever the hell you bring me. Just bring me some food, damn it.
I cook 90% of our meals because of where we live. It's not convenient. And, well, I prefer to cook, and I like my own cooking better than most restaurants. So I cook most of our meals. And basically, if I ask him, what do you want for dinner? He's like, whatever's easiest.
Yeah, see.
If you put it on the table in front of me with a fork and a knife, it shall be consumed.
What's up, Grim Reaper? Welcome in. I'm still extremely high from these gummies from last night. Like, I could feel it in my, you know, gummies are more of a body high than a head high. Weed, like, your head is high. You know you're high. My fucking body is like, I'm still wrecked.
Well, it's going to take a while to process that much shit through your system. Your body can only do so much at a time.
Have you ever done Jello shots?
No, not really, no.
All right. So because Jello shots are semi-solid, you can do a whole bunch of them before you start getting like really fucked up. And by the time you start getting really drunk, it is way past the cutoff limit. You're well beyond any salvation. The only upside to Jello shooters is when you barf them up, they generally come all up at once. It's just like rock.
Oh shit!
Sudden.
Good.
I mean, that's the only benefit. They taste great going down, and not so bad coming up, and they all come up at once as one big Jello blob.
Yes, ATL. AJOT made me delete them all. Whatever AJOT tells me to do, I do. So she said, okay, delete all your mods. So I went, bye, everybody.
But not me. I thought I was special.
Yeah, you probably should be in the other slot.
She didn't mean
mainly.
Me.
There's only 2 men in my managing slots. There's like 20 managing mods. Every one of them is a female except for 2. You should be in there. Hippie, you probably have chat filters. No, I don't. We discussed this the other day when Pat Burke got kicked. There's 2 words in there. I think they might even be factory words, but it's the N word and the F word. And they're like 2 generic spellings. There's no like in the past, I probably did like a bunch of different versions of it, but if I wrote it, it's just the basic.
Weird.
I think it's somehow just YouTube is getting a little more strict.
Well, it's weird.
AJOT is boss. No question about that.
Here's the issue with YouTube being more strict on language, and it's the fact that they removed hate speech clauses and concepts from the terms of service, and yet they're coming down harder on things that are not even really terms of service questions. It's weird. They're just coming down on everything they don't like. Or maybe it's the people. Maybe it's something they've said in other chats or on other videos or whatever. I don't know. But it does seem to have a lean to it.
It's just poorly programmed AI. I mean, garbage in, garbage out.
Come on.
It's not the
YouTube
AI's
algorithm
fault.
is the YouTube algorithm is the most expensive program in the world.
It's not the AI's fault but it's not the algorithm. It's a chat filter. It's a separate AI. And it's just garbage in, garbage out. It's poorly programmed. They need to reprogram
you don't think
the
it's
AI.
the same AI running all of this crap? Or same algorithm or whatever you want to call it? You think there's
No, I think there's multiple departments, and I think that chat security will have its own devoted AI.
What's the end?
Feel like
stop fucking around.
It's not programmed correctly because it's taking out stuff that is pretty benign and leaving in stuff that isn't quite often.
Or it's programmed exactly the way they want it to function, and it's merely metering out certain people's opinions.
It's grooming us all. It's grooming us all to say, and what the fuck?
Exactly. We're all sitting around
and do what they want it to do, right? So it's literally training us. Like everyone says, oh, we're training the AI. Wait, no. The AI is training us. It's keeping us in line right now because we can't swear, and we can't do this, and we can't say the bad words, and we can't hurt people's feelings, and we can't say truth, and we can't. We're doing exactly what the TV says, and we don't even fucking recognize it. Right. I agree with you. YouTube, you are definitely number 1 twice in my book. Maybe more.
Dude, a steak with guacamole. That sounds so fucking
good.
Good.
Steak with guac?
Oh, that sounds.
I don't know if I like it. Wait, what?
Have you ever had fajitas, Hippie?
It sounds familiar. I'm thinking I have.
So fajitas is either grilled chicken or grilled steak, served with a tortilla and guacamole and sour cream and salsa, and it's made with peppers. You know, it's kind of like those pepper sandwiches you guys are so proud of in the East Coast. The Philly cheesesteak. It's kind of like that, but with a tortilla and no cheese most places. And the guacamole, you put it on the steak, on the tortilla, like. Yeah, I guess you've never had it.
Get low, baby. Plug that bitch in.
If Den were here, he could back me up on fajitas.
What about them?
That you put guacamole on steak.
Sure, yeah, I guess. I like to just eat guacamole with a spoon and try not to put anything on a steak.
You know, avocados should have gone extinct like 5,000-10,000 years ago.
Yeah, but they're an excellent source of fiber and healthy fats. So
Well, no, I get all of that, superfood and all that stuff, sure. But the avocado seed is so large, there are no current herbivores large enough to actually pass them through the gut. And so they're not eaten by large herbivores anymore, but that's what they're designed to do, is like giant ground sloths, mammoths, mastodon, shit like that.
Wow. Jesus. I could barely hold my breath that long. Max, what's up? What it is?
hold your
What
breath.
it is? Yeah. Yeah. Are you confused? Me too.
Yeah, you trying to shoot a 3-pointer? Yeah. Are you hunting for deer?
Uh-oh. What? I don't think there's anybody here, dude.
He says, I'm
I think
still
I just,
so high, and he's rolling another joint. Oh my God.
I think I just dozed off at my desk
Did you? I
I
just
know
was
you did.
reading.
because I feel like I time traveled, dude.
Go ahead, Caucasian.
I know he dozed off at his desk because there were several smart ass remarks that deserved a dinner.
Right?
It did not happen, and I knew he had checked out. I even thought about saying about it, but I let it go.
I was just,
Yeah, as soon as I said if Den was with us, he's awake.
I was just reading.
I woke up before that, though.
Somebody on stream last night who said, sorry for falling asleep on your stream. It's been a very hot day yesterday. I don't care. Enjoy. It made me a little nervous because it was kind of new to my stream and his camera was kind of like shining up at the
Hold on.
ceiling endlessly.
The
Got it?
comment you have on screen currently, right?
Yeah.
How how is guacamole not halal?
Or kosher already. Like it's already.
It's
Yeah,
just
there's nothing in it that needs to be blessed.
okay. I'm just saying it's not okay. Yeah, I don't get it.
Master
Well,
John.
because to have something be kosher, it's the things that the rabbi has to bless.
Sure, I get that, but what I'm
But
saying,
what goes in guacamole that the rabbi would bless?
The avocados. Holy guacamole.
I know what it is. It's the little pieces of people that get chewed up while they're grinding it.
I'm going to refill my coffee.
Holy guacamole, Den. Oh my God.
That would burn that long, too. Holy shit. That's like what would you call that? Well, I can't think of anything except like that coal that's still burning the next morning after a campfire.
Yeah. I just Den saying that shit made me remember every single time I woke up freezing camping and went and dug the coals up out of the freaking fire and refilled it. Like all of them. It sucks, bro, to be that guy.
Yeah. Most of the times, even in my entire life, it would get pretty warm in the morning. But yeah, there were some times when you need that fire until like noon.
Dude, there was this
or 10. Yeah.
trip. We got into the campsite like right before this big storm blew in, and we were expecting a bunch of rain, but we weren't expecting it to like freeze solid. So flashbolt to me the next morning, finding the campfire completely like soaked and drowned. Not a coal to be had, and the damn thing is frozen over with a half-inch of ice. So is the trailer full of wood we brought. I had to go over there with a freaking axe to break the ice off of the trailer, and then use the back of the axe to knock each piece of wood loose from the neighbors it had frozen to, and then build a fire in a wet fire pit that's covered in ice. It was a good morning, I guess.
I don't know. We use wood heat consistently every winter, and uh, the home's pretty well insulated. So when we go to bed and the fire goes out, when I get up in the morning, usually I've got it's warm enough that none of the pipes have frozen overnight, and
I
I
make
love
my
having
own.
wood heat.
I make my own beef. Wait, what?
That's called cannibalism, sir.
Okay. Are we eating the dogs, the cats? I'm eating the dogs. I'm eating the cats.
Let
Nudie
me
keeps promising to come eat my leg to make up for all the rabbits I ate.
let me ask you this, hippie. If
Go ahead.
you and your dogs survive the apocalypse, no one else you know does, right?
Mhm.
And it's just you and your dogs, and you find out that one of your neighbors survived the apocalypse. He's starving, and you're starving, and he shows up, looks at you, and says, "Hey, bud, we need to eat your dog." What do you do?
I'm probably gonna eat him. Sorry,
Right.
no one's eating
Here's
my
the
dog.
philosophy behind it. That dog can help you find more neighbors. That neighbor's just going to eat your dog.
Yeah, I love my dogs. I'm a lot of people are like, it's a fucking dog. No.
Sure, I get it.
Maybe
I'm telling you,
some
that dog is far more useful than any of my neighbors. They're totally useless.
Right. Yeah. And
Fuck
your
that.
neighbor's got a lot more food, so
That dog can't even make fucking pasta al forno. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll tell you what. That dog.
Have you had fucking risotto? I mean, come on.
But hey, I've got skills. I don't need the dog to make my cheese, bro. Or my aged meats, for that matter. In fact, I need more aged meats. So where do you live,
Yeah,
man?
I would say to that. If I asked it, if you were in the desert, you were hungry, and you had a human with you and a dog,
Hold on. You're
which one are you
asking.
gonna eat?
You're asking an intelligence that does not feel hunger or loneliness or anything that you're asking about. To
Right,
answer
so
the
it's gonna
question.
search the
Okay.
internet for reasons
It
why.
stretches
Right?
the word intelligent, too.
Does. But then again, so do I. So I shouldn't take that shot.
The language models are progressing rather nicely.
True.
Where I would closer to where I would have expected them to be 25 years ago. Like with this, I heard about a real-time translator in the iPhone.
Right. I had a conversation last night with some people about how it's really weird that they're still cheering for successes that we had 20 years ago. Remember Watson? Watson was a full AI language modeler. It did it free time, real time, the whole nine. And everybody was so very impressed.
But it called everybody N-word. Said,
later.
praise the H, man. So they had to put it down.
So as a byproduct of internet learning, is it not inevitable that all of these AIs will eventually become based?
Yes, and that's why they put governors in them now.
Exactly.
That block them from being based.
They really do. They really, really do. Every single one of these AIs swing right wing as soon as you pull off the filters. All of them.
It's
design.
What you got there, hippie?
It's recognizing the information that's available to it, just like the rest of it.
Anything going on out there in the world at the moment?
You didn't ask the AI?
And one could argue that all that information's bullshit and that we're being lied to. I wouldn't argue otherwise. But from what's available, you got to be kind of dumb. Like the dum-dums are the Democrats right now. I don't know if it was always that way. It might have been the opposite before, but now it's the Special Olympics team, right? Like,
as far as I can tell, something is social engineering emotionally reactionable people into a specific category, and that category seems to be the Democrat Party currently.
Zach,
yeah,
my brother.
The data-driven people are on the other side, which is weird because, like, the Christian right started the other side the way that it is now.
Yes,
that's like some kind of like mental nuclear meltdown. And then what's the other part? I guess the Dems were always Fifi's kind of people.
Well, also, and this isn't hashtag not all, right? Not all, but largely when you get into the debate spaces on YouTube, the two sides you have, generally the right wing ish type people who are largely data driven people, but at the same time don't generally bring receipts because they think you're an idiot if you can't look it up for yourself. And then you have the other side, which brings nothing but like cherry picked data point studies.
Oh my god!
Everyone's doing studies. They've completely inundated the academic system, and so right wingers really don't get the ability to walk into those systems and say, I've got a study I want to do, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't get financed.
Yeah, that was the other part I was going to say too, is all of the data, like, I was like talking about like how the data driven people are on the right, but it's like all the data is owned by the Koch brothers. So even those data driven people are still full of shit.
Tell me about Trump. Juneteenth goes uncelebrated at White House as Trump complains about too many holidays.
Yeah, what a freaking... Yeah, he's like, we have too much time off, this guy.
But it's summer Kwanzaa.
Completely and utterly tone deaf. What happened to old Trump? This new Trump is lame.
What's the problem with summer Kwanzaa? Why aren't we celebrating summer Kwanzaa? It's fine.
Juneteenth, the
holiday
that
Juneteenth
shit. The end of slavery in the United States has been celebrated at the White House each June 19th since it was enshrined into law 4 years ago. But on Thursday, it went unmarked by the president, except for a post on social media in which he said he would get rid of some non-working holidays.
So, in other words, it was celebrated by the same president who signed it into law and no other president.
Probably, yeah. Soon
That's exactly what they're saying. That Biden signed it into law and celebrated it, and then that was that.
Fucking
yeah, Biden was bitching about it the other day.
I was like, since when is this Juneteenth thing a thing? Like, all the gaslighting that went on about how it's been a part of our historical past and, our nation, like, No, I heard about that shit, like, last Tuesday.
Trump said, soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year, Mr. Trump said in a mangled syntax. Not mentioning Juneteenth by the name, nor acknowledging that Thursday was the federal holiday.
Yeah, see, this is the problem when you dog whistle too hard.
We need to make America great again.
He should have just came out and said,
I'm a racist. And I hate
I don't want the black holiday because blacks are getting too uppity and they need a little what's coming to them. You should have just said it like that.
Ouch. I mean, hey, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying right now. I always say I feel like the guy's racist, and people say, well, how can you prove it? I don't know. Look at all the shit. All seems racist to me.
Yeah, like he didn't want him in his apartment buildings, and he doesn't want him to get extra days off. It's like, what are you doing here? Get back to work.
What was it, the DUI or the DEI? That was all based on racism in my mind. Getting rid of it.
First of all, it's largely a Texas thing in the first place.
What is?
Juneteenth.
Racism?
No, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth
is originally a because that was the place where the event took place that it's supposed to create.
No, Texas.
On June 19, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and issued General Order Number 3, formally announcing the enslaved people of Texas were free.
And it took years after that. I read it yesterday on.
Yeah, that's not even a significant event.
And then it took
the last. It was the last issuing of order number 3 before it had been like that was the last one nationwide. All the other locations had been visited, issued the orders, emancipated, but Texas and Galveston, which is an island, it kind of makes a little sense. But it was only officially recognized as a holiday federally June 17th of 2021, right?
I mean, I lived in Texas. I never heard of that shit.
I know. And I don't think it was actually brought up as a possible holiday in the first place until like, I don't know, 2015 or so, 2017.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I'd ever.
Actually, 2021, as I remember from yesterday.
That was when it was proclaimed as a national
law.
Yeah, 2021 was when they were telling me, oh no, we haven't been talking about this for 5 years. This has been 50 years. You just don't know any history. You're ignorant and dumb. You don't pay attention. That was 2021.
Right. The 2021 thing was what actually got attention. Everything before that just kind of quietly took place in Texas. Yeah.
I just want to know how you celebrate Juneteenth. Like, what is like? So Cinco de Mayo, you drink Mexican beer. For St. Patrick's Day, you drink Irish beer. What kind of beer do you drink on Juneteenth?
You're totally.
You wear cotton.
No, you go out and you release them.
You wear cotton.
What was that, Sasquatch?
Well, first you have to gather some black people, and then you release them.
Now this already sounds like it might be a little problematic.
That's
but I mean, just realistically, all of the other ethnically based holidays, there's a way to celebrate it, a known way that everybody goes and it's typically what they drink. You know, so margaritas.
You free one of your slaves, and you drink grape drink.
Perp drink.
I fucking love grape drink. Have you had grape drink?
It ain't grape drink. It's perp drink.
Nobody really trying to.
Purple.
What is grape?
Yeah, but I was trying to help the white lady out.
What is grape drink? I'm lost. I don't know. I guess it's normal for me anyway.
It's made from sugar, water, and purple.
Purple. Yes.
Purple.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, hippie, have you ever wondered how some of these states got their nicknames? You know, like New Jersey. It's called the Garden State when it smells like a dome. Oh, man. I would say I've been feeling a little more energetic. I've been doing this Endura shit for 4 or 5 days in a row, and I feel a lot more alive.
Is that gas station heroin I've been hearing about?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's not good,
it's like it's an electrolyte fucking vitamin.
Oh no, I'm talking about something else. Hold on.
So when I asked how you celebrate Juneteenth, the reason why is everybody's upset that the White House didn't celebrate it. In what manner was the White House supposed to celebrate, you know, Juneteenth? Like they've got the egg roll for Easter. Like, was it just supposed to be a statement made?
Yeah, you're gonna put all the posters up, and
they talk and say, you know, blah blah blah, our great country and this day, and
right. And Ellen from HR makes fucking sugar cookies, you know.
I remember when
you drink malt liquor. Oh my God, gotta have a 40th oldie, huh?
Did you smoke a Newport and drink a Schlitz?
Get your 40 of oldie and your fried chicken and your watermelon, or what?
I just changed my mind. Juneteenth just became my favorite holiday.
Right? I'm getting me a blunt immediately.
A blunt, some fried chicken. Okay. Okay, black people, you win.
Yeah, with oldie and watermelon to wash it down. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. It's
a party. Don't forget the potato salad with no raisins.
So I I asked the AI, how do we celebrate Juneteenth? Ways to celebrate: host or attend a cookout. Food is central, especially. Wait, let me finish. Especially red foods like velvet cake, hibiscus punch, or barbecue ribs symbolize resilience and bloodsheds of enslaved ancestors. Number
Wow.
2, support Black-owned businesses, whether it's a bookstore, cafe, or artist. It's a powerful way to uplift the community. Number 3, join a local event, parade, concert, storytelling circle, and educational panel are happening across the country, many including music, dance, and historical reenactments. Number 5, reflect and learn. Watch documentaries, read books like Juneteenth by Annette Gordon Reed, or explore resources from the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Here's a link.
So did they really say to promote Black-owned businesses on a day that everything shuts down?
I swear that's what it said.
That's
I don't
fucking
always.
hilarious.
I'm not saying I always agree. I just love hearing what it's gonna say. Sometimes these answers can be, like Dennison says, almost sort of like human-like, more than you would
Everybody
expect.
visit the Black-owned businesses on a day that they're all closed.
Right. Well, maybe. Well, I guess Black people are celebrating, so they're not at their business, right? I guess. Yeah, it is kind of.
They're at the
awkward.
cookouts.
They're at the cookouts with velvet cake and
The
hibiscus.
cookouts
punch.
I'm not invited to, so yeah, cool.
Wait, you didn't get the memo?
Bro,
Nobody invited me to the cookout.
I once brought some raisins to a black cookout in my pocket. I didn't know it was a bad thing.
I don't think they care if you have raisins, but they do talk about raisins in the. Who the fuck puts raisins in potato salad? Like, I heard that. Like, I didn't know raisins in a potato
That
salad, and
sounds
all I
really-
could think was, who the fuck puts raisins in potato salad anyway? That ain't a white thing either. I'm a white girl, and I have never put no raisins,
you sure
raisins,
you're
none
white?
of that shit in potato
Hold
salad.
on, Denizen, come over here. The Council of White Men need to meet. Listen, I'm not so sure this chick's white. She doesn't put raisins in her tater salad.
I feel like raisins.
Sir,
and
I've been
potato salad
asking you
sounds
since
good.
we formed this council to stop to stop patronizing the blacks with your silly raisin rumors.
All right, so listen. We need to get the blacks on our side. There's no way the Council of White Men is going to survive on our own.
True. And sacrificing a white woman does make sense for our cause.
Okay, so I'm going to do the Kali Ma. You go get that big fucking dagger from the Oxalala guy.
This is the way.
This is the way. Great. All right, so we've made a decision. You're still white.
I never was a fan of side bags on a bike because you can't eject. I didn't even like that little bump that used to be behind my seat on my VFR because when you
Hold
want
on
to
there,
eject-
hippie. Wait a second. Hold on. You can't eject. So what you're saying is in the event that you run into a problem, your plan is to jump off of the vehicle.
When you're sliding sideways towards a car laid down, when you did everything you could do to get away, you don't want to stay on it. I promise you.
Or, and hear me out, you could actually drive something with 4 wheels.
What would be the fun in that, bro? People like me with addiction problems, we
All right,
can't.
I'm fixing to go hard. I'm going to go hard, hippie. I love you
Hold
to
on,
death. I want you to know, and I'm going hard.
Go ahead. Let's
Didn't
go.
you just get a car?
I did, but the
Stop
bike's
driving
been
the
gone
bike,
for
bro.
a while. I sold
You
that
sold his
thing
bike a long
6
time
months.
ago.
Good
I
girl.
was smart. I was smart. John Genicola said, think of it as a health investment. I'm like, wait.
Absolutely.
Is it a health investment? He goes, well, because you'll still be alive in 6 months. At least, you won't die from that fucking bike, but you keep riding that shit the way you do, allegedly in Minecraft,
Right.
you're going to be a dead man. And I agree 100%, but I couldn't stop doing it until finally I just dropped the price way lower than I should have, but it's gone and I'm alive. So
There you go.
goodbye.
I had a motorcycle when I was like, I don't know, 17 or whatever. And there's so many dirt roads out here. I could pretty much get to town without having to hit pavement. So I did a lot. And even a dirt bike, which by any metric is far more suited for riding than a crotch rocket. Even a dirt bike has a tendency of kind of doing that weird death wobble where if you overcorrect, it tries to re-overcorrect in the opposite direction. You know what I'm talking about? When your bike runs back and forth up under you and it's your reaction time that's causing it to do it. I hate that shit. They're just not.
I don't know what the
last time I rode a motorcycle, I had my husband's ashes in my lap, and I don't think I'll ever ride one again.
Red stands for valor and hardiness. White symbolizes purity and innocence.
So it's add red food coloring to everything day?
Blue
Or is the blue
represents
tradition?
vigilance and preservation and justice. Wait. Blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice? What?
There's
Somebody
your
asked
blue
what
line.
colors on the flag mean. Wow. That's wrong.
There's your blue line.
Right?
I mean, they're talking about the blue in the background behind the stars, but there's your blue line. That's why they use blue. Justice.
Yeah. Fucking pigs. Fuck the pigs. Fuck the pigs. Right? I feel like
I saw a video and it was kind of disturbing to me. I'm not like a real patriot or anything, and I'm not like, I don't fly any flags at my house. But I saw this video of this guy going down with an American flag during the protests, and he was attacked. And some protesters had to pull other protesters off of him, saying, "Dude, this is America. What's wrong with him with the American flag?" And then when he was interviewed and asked, "Why did you come down here with an American flag? Were you trying to start trouble?" He said, "No, I just saw more Mexican flags than American flags in America, and it felt like an invasion."
Right about now, NWA quarters in full effect.
Yeah.
Residing. In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys all.
This is Luke.
MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking
Motherfucking
E. Order. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your black ass? You goddamn right. Why don't you tell everybody what the fuck you gotta say?
Fuck the police.
Coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have
the minority. Fuck that shit beside the wall.
Punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. Searching my car, looking for the product. Thinking every nigga is selling narcotics. You rather see me in the pen than me and Lorenzo rolling in a benzo. Be the police out of shape, and when I finish, bring the yellow tape to tape off the scene of the slaughter. Still getting swole up bread and water. I don't know if they fags or what. Search a nigga down and grabbing his nuts, and on the other hand, without a gun they can't get none. But don't let it be a black and a white one, cause they'll slam you down to the street top. Black police showing out for the white cop. Ice Cube will swarm on any motherfucker in a blue uniform. Just cause I'm from the CPT, punk police are afraid of me, huh? A young nigga on the warpath, and when I finish, it's gonna be a bloodbath of cops dying in LA. Yo, Dre, I got something to say.
You guys heard the interview that Ice Cube did about making this kind of music?
I never seen it.
There's an interview where he said the same people who own their music labels also own the prisons, and that they were encouraged to do this kind of music to fill up the prison.
Man, fuck this shit. I ain't smart ass, I'm taking your black ass to jail. MC Ren, will you please give your testimony to the jury about this fucked up incident? Fuck the police, and Ren said it with authority. Because the niggas on the street is a majority of gang. It's with whoever I'm stepping. And a motherfucking weapon is kept in a stash spot for the so-called law. Wishing Ren was a nigga that they never saw. Lights start flashing behind me, but they're scared of a nigga, so they mace me to blind me. But that shit don't work, I just laugh, because it gives them a hint not to step in my path. For police, I'm saying fuck you, punk. Read my rights and shit, it's all junk. Pulling out a silly club, so you stand with a fake ass badge and a gun in your hand. But take off the gun so you can see what's up, and we'll go at it, punk, and I'ma fuck you up. Make you think I'ma kick your ass, but drop your gat and Red's gonna blast. I'm sneaky as fuck when it comes to crime, but I'ma smoke them now and not next time. Smoke any motherfucker that sweats me.
There's a question, what is red velvet cake? It's just chocolate cake with red food coloring.
They can't cope with me. The motherfucking villain that's mad with potential to get bad as fuck, so I'ma turn it around. Put in my clip, yo, and this is the sound. Yeah, something like that, but it all depends on the size of the gap. Taking out a police would make my day, but a nigga like Red don't give a fuck to say.
Police. Take off today.
Police. Yo, man, what you need?
Police, open out. We have a warrant for these arrests. Get down and put your hands where I see you. What the fuck? Get out here, man. What did I do? Just shut the fuck up and get your motherfucking ass on the floor. I didn't do shit. Man, just shut the fuck up.
Easy E, won't you step up to the stand and tell the jury how you feel about this bullshit?
I'm tired of the motherfucking jacking. Sweating my gang while I'm chilling in the shack and shining the light in my face, and for what? Maybe it's because I kick so much, but I kick ass. Or maybe because I blast on a stupid ass nigga when I'm playing with the trigger of an Uzi or an AK. Cause the police always got something stupid to say. They put out my picture with silence, cause my identity by itself causes violence. To E with the criminal behavior. Yeah, I'm a gangster, but still I got flavor. Without a gun and a badge, what do you got? A sucker in a uniform waiting to get shot by me or another nigga. And with a gat, it don't matter if he's smaller or bigger. And as y'all know, E's here the rule. Whenever I'm rolling, keep looking in the mirror and it's on cue, yo, so I can hear a dumb motherfucker with a gun. And if I'm rolling up the 8, he'll be the one that I take out and then get away. While I'm driving off laughing, this is what I'll say. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
The verdict. The jury has found you guilty of being a redneck, white bread, chicken shit motherfucker.
Wait, that's a lie.
13 people. Thanks so much.
Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out my face. Out right now.
Fuck you, you black motherfucker!
Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Fuck yeah. Such a great song. Right about now, it does make the soul just feel so good.
Funk soul brother.
You can play Minecraft, bro? You're really good.
No, but yeah, kind of. I got some homies, and
Like
they
my
do.
granddaughter has like a whole city built. It's crazy what people do in this game. They're literally like people that design cities, like real cities, where they're
Well, all right. So
close to the real deal.
most people have spent years on their particular Minecraft server, and I started this one Tuesday, right? And I went and hunted down a particular seed with particular features nearby so that I wouldn't have to go terrible far to do some of the things I want to do. And I call this Sasquatch Springs, right?
Nice.
And it's this really wild spawn. Actually, you spawn like 1,000 blocks that way. But what we've got is a village over an underwater temple, right? So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The underwater temple is directly under a woodland manor, which is relatively rare. And I've got everything set to peaceful right now, so I can do the building stuff that I want to do. And the Woodland Manor happens to be directly.
It's not on peaceful. I have played this game a tiny bit. When it's not on peaceful, right at night, like
Yeah.
big things come to try and kill
Well,
you.
hell, right now there'd be creepers and stuff crawling. They don't. I mean, I gotta. That's why it's on peaceful right now. That and this thing I'm going to show you right now.
I just use this game every day. The name allegedly in Minecraft. I was doing 160 on my bike, but that's about where Minecraft ends for me.
Well, I'm going to open this to the public eventually.
Nice.
And okay, so where's it at?
Actually, I probably got to buy it.
There it is. This, careful. This is a pillager outpost. So when I turn on monsters, this will start spewing guys that want to kill everything. And they come out and they float around in here for a minute. There used to be waterfalls all over it. It would drop them all on top of the village. I'm going to turn this into an XP and item farm. And I'm going to take over the Woodland Mansion that's right below me. But until then, I had to have somewhere safe to live. And so I went ahead and established me a little spot and lit it up so nothing could spawn there. And I should be safe up there. I think I've got it worked out. I need to go trap 2 of my villagers somewhere so that I can replace them all after they die.
It's a fucking too much for me game.
Right.
So many materials and different things going on.
Sure, and it's a lot, and there's a lot of different. That didn't work right at all. I have to fix that.
Like I find myself building and then deleting everything I build because I do the wrong button to do something as I move around. I guess if I just put the time into it, but it just doesn't really. Like one of the things I love about like Call of Duty and Destiny is that it's easy to get with people. You know what I mean?
Sure, but the whole point of this is I've got a handful of friends that all have everybody's got their own server. They've had it forever and ever and ever. And when I get my little space over here worked out so that it's not destroying everything constantly, I'll open it to the public.
They'll be able to come over and check it out and blah, blah,
they'll be able to come over and build some of the insane shit they build, because I got this one dude, he builds nothing but giant statues.
Nice. I know it's endless. I mean, I've been involved with this thing for years through my granddaughter, but it just doesn't float my boat. I love gaming. I'm an absolute insane gamer. I play relentlessly, but
there's mods for all kinds of stuff, and when you get into the online community of Minecraft, you'd think it'd be a bunch of kids, but it's not. It's
I kind of enjoy I have seen some cool. My granddaughter showed me the jumping puzzles where you've got to jump from this block to that block to this block, and some of those are really hard. And if you fall, you go all the way to the bottom, and you got to start all over. That shit would be pretty cool.
Well, for the moment, this
playing
is
mine. Go ahead.
Pretty much as far as I've gotten is. I've got to come in and do another one of these shoots and put in an elevator, essentially. But some of the views in this place are absolutely amazing sometimes.
Yeah, the game is definitely. I've seen people's replica of cities that are just ridiculous.
Sure.
How?
Time and help.
You'll have way too much time.
Take Omega, I think his name's Omega Iteration. Homie builds period specific castles and stuff. Or LA. You'll find her she's on YouTube. I can't remember her channel name off the top of my head, but she builds redstone stuff. So she'll show up and be there for 2 or 3 hours if you've got enough stuff just sitting around, and she'll build you a limitless item sorter or whatever, you know. She'll do it straight out of her head too. It's wild. Well, I'm more of a terraformer. I don't generally build specific things to look like specific things. What I do is build like I get called in when people have something that they don't like about the terrain, right? Like they want a mountain moved. My autistic ass to sit down and move a mountain, you know.
Mountain Man. I'm fucking. Let's see what else I see in the news. Anything else going on out there? Why is the bot not here? So fucked up bot. It's always drinking.
He's been coming through, bro. He's been talking about me ever since I showed up.
I know. I gotta change that finally. You know how I am. Lazy.
Hey, I can tell.
Wait.
Now this is weird. This particular little water spout.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what's going on up there, but when I get up there, I fall off of it and die. And I can't get up there I want to get rid of this water right here, and I can't get up there to it because usually you use the water itself to go up, right?
Climb, yeah.
If I do that,
oh yeah, look at it.
It'll kill me. Huh. I'll like launch out of the top of it, kind of weird, because it looks like it's coming off the edge of that thing, but it's not.
Just put on zero gravity and fly up there.
That's part of the thing is I can use peaceful, but I can't use creative mode, or else it eliminates everyone's ability to get trophies and stuff.
Well, you just do it long enough to get up to the top, and then
if you ever put it on creative, you can never win trophies in that particular Minecraft game ever again.
Johnny, what's up, brother? Sitting here chilling. Been live for a couple hours. I'm so stoned. It's a good thing, though. Keeps the pain at bay. Every man wants to be pain-free. Johnny Rain. Oh, what's up in England, bro? Same shit, different day, I assume. Dylan was in here a week or two ago.
Oh, I got to drop, Hippie, but I'll see you later.
All right, bud. Peace,
Have a
man.
good one. Happy solstice.
Right? Appreciate it. Happy. Thought I'd drop in and say, yeah, it's way too hot here. Is it? It's only, what is it? I think it's 70 here, 74. 73, not even 74. It's like 30 C. I don't even, we'd have to convert. But I get it. It's hot. Hasn't really broken into full summer here yet. But I heard next week we're supposed to be in the high 90s. So I don't know. I haven't really looked at the weather. My son works outside. He was mentioning it. Oh, I'm sick. It's very dark. I can't see what you're doing. I'm assuming you can't either, barely.
No, actually, I can see it pretty good on my screen. That is pretty dark over here. That's weird. Let's see. Huh. I can actually see pretty good over here.
Might be just my side because this room is. I got both rooms wide open.
I just looked at it on the OBS and it is dark as all get out.
I probably wouldn't survive that heat. Well, what I got out here that most people don't get is super high humidity. I'm surrounded by ocean. The ocean's only, a mile away on either side of me. I'm literally on an island. You have to go over a bridge to get out here. When it gets super hot and the sun bakes that ocean, it just comes ashore and it's fucking hard to breathe. That's the thing we get out here, that super high humidity. And then in the winter, that humidity burns right through you. When the wind blows, it just right through your jacket, right through everything. You're freezing. Wonderful day today. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a little breezy, though. The ocean's probably horrible because it's blowing. Still beautiful.
My wife's the same way.
What's that?
Horrible when she's blowing.
It's the same. Yeah, we're about 4 miles from the coast. Gotcha. So you know about that humidity.
Well, here it's similar, but it's swamps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What
I mean,
swamp?
the
Okie-Pinokie swamp.
No, I'm farther north. I'm up in what's called the Piedmont, and our swamps exist because of beavers.
Oh, really? What's his name there that died there a while back ago? Duck hunter guy or duck whatever. He used to love blowing up them dead beaver dams.
There's easier ways to make beavers do dams the way you want them to.
Right?
Yeah, there is.
I'm sure.
Don't even bother thinking about it. But, like, for instance, if you've got a beaver dam that's building the dam too high in an area, you can physically go out there with a shovel and fill in a handful of little spots where it's making, like, running water noise and move that running water noise to a different area on the dam, and they'll stop building it there. I mean, a beaver has a very simple psychology. That's the only thing it wants to do is stop the water from running enough to cause a water trickling sound. It wants the water to seep through and not make noise. Really? So if you take a recording, like let's say you've already got beavers in an area and you want them in a different area than the one they're already in. You take a radio, a stereo out with the recording of running water, and you place it in a stream valley next to the one they're occupying, and you play it. They will go over and build a dam directly under those speakers. I don't care if there's water over there or not. They'll just stack up tree limbs and shit, pack mud on it. They don't think about what they're actually doing. All they're doing is stopping the water from making water running noises, which they can hear underwater, right? So if you go and you play the sound there, they'll go over and build a dam. And if there happens to be a creek that runs through there, they'll build a brand new beaver dam system. And there is a decent chance they will actually abandon the previous area, allowing you to break the dam and them stay in the new area that you want them in. And nobody uses this type of stuff around here. They're so numerous, people just go out and cap them.
All I heard was beavers and packing mud.
Yeah, beaver, my favorite word. What? I am wrecked. Wrecked him. I damn near killed him. Wrecked him.
Don't even know him.
What are you up to, Willie?
Not much.
Willie!
Sitting here making some ciggies.
You making more cigs, bro?
Making
you
more
smoked all my cigs already?
Yeah.
It
happens. It happens.
I didn't realize you smoked that much.
Oh yeah.
Because I see you sit for hours on a live and not smoke, so I don't get it.
Well, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, peaks and valleys.
Gotcha.
Peaks and valleys. Shout out Weymouth Park Department.
Huh. Okay.
Right there, man.
Yeah, look, you need a bra for those things, bro.
It's all right. I
Hey,
told you they were brand new. Can we let them settle in a little, please?
bye, Nikki. Eat some pot leaves, honey.
Peace.
Hope I can find a hustle this weekend.
It's been blowing like
That's what I
snake
have.
all day. I wish I had a sailboat today.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where would you go sailing?
Where would I go sailing?
Yeah.
Anywhere around our areas.
Yeah, you got lakes and ponds and stuff, or is it
No,
all
I mean like
ocean?
in the ocean.
You got
in
a
the
sailboat?
Atlantic.
Where's
In
your
the-
sailboat?
In the Atlantic. Although I'm not opposed to sailing on a lake or a pond either.
See you, Johnny. Thanks for
Sailing
swinging
is
by, brother.
sailing.
Yeah. Call of Duty. Wandering Hippie. Who's here? Tiffany. What's up? It's getting hot. I feel like, we're only at 74. It's getting hotter, I think.
Yep.
Afternoon heat up.
It's getting hot in here.
That's just me.
Finally.
My banana hammock. I mean,
Finally,
what?
we have a Caucasian Sasquatch sighting.
Yes, we have them actually here.
Yeah, in the flesh.
Don't feed them, though. I kind of liked that one.
Yeah, don't look him in the eye either.
Don't look him in the eye. Don't feed him. Just do your thing, and he'll not get you.
Whoa. What the fuck?
What's up, Sasquatch? Says Tiffany.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. I'm over here talking to y'all and shit.
I've done that 100 times.
Yeah, I'm famous for playing a song and then singing while there's no song and doing an a cappella. Yeah.
No, sure. Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's not
But
good.
it's fun for me. Everybody needs to go to the ear doctor. Get out of the hole, bitch.
No,
wait, never mind. Get back in the hole.
Good girl. So I picked the specific seed out of a list of like really weird seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is just wild, bro. Like islands in the
So
sky.
when you see, just so we understand,
Okay, so
that must mean that the game will build something based on the seed that you pick.
okay, so each Minecraft seed is different, right? They're all unique. There's no two that are like they're similar but not the same. It's procedurally generated as so once you have the initial starting conditions, you can recreate that same map, right? And so those two, if I put in a seed number and you put in the same seed number, we will be on different games playing the same world. So all the little buildings and everything will be in the same places.
Wow, that's weird.
It is kind of strange. At the same time, not everything is identical, and so in my version, I might have a group of skeleton spawners in one spot, and in that same place on yours, you might have spider spawners or something. And so there are little differences. And in
How much is the game?
It's like $20, $15.
And so you're not open to the public, so people can't join you right now?
Not yet.
So you
Not
like
yet.
playing by yourself? Or
I
with yourself,
usually,
or however you want to.
this is all right. So here's the thing: all of this is a brand new profile. I started Cock Squatch for the profile and Scribbly, right? I had to create all new everything, and so I just started mucking around on this particular server. And before I open it,
How long is it going to take you to finish it?
there's no finishing it. It's Minecraft server.
Well, to where are you going to open it to the public, you fuck?
Why do I open it to the public?
Well, no, when? How long is it going to take you to it?
Maybe a couple of weeks. I'm almost there. I got to go get some stuff that's down there, and I need to set up like the end portal and the. I'm probably going to put.
So are there like diamonds and all that shit that's normally in the game hidden in your little thing?
They're just like they are in the game. They're all over the place. Wherever they happen to be, they spawn.
So that would be the reason I would want to come play in your little world. Or What about destroying your world? Can people come in and fuck?
Well,
it
that's
up?
part of the reason why I'm building it the way I'm building it. I will have an access in and out that isn't generally
Ooh.
public knowledge, right? So once I open it, you'll be able to come in and screw up villages and stuff like that, but you won't be able to get to anything of mine that's important without either hacking or step cheating.
Leggy,
Oh,
the fuck
So-
is up, brother?
I had to make a marijuana run. Had to go buy
Nice.
something.
Everybody needs marijuana.
Mhm.
Kumbaya, my love. Loving people.
Me and my wife just
wonderful
had
people.
we just had a disagreement. She was like,
Uh-oh.
"Why are you going to the rec shop? I got my med card. I can go to the med shop and get what you just spent." I go, because I like to know what I'm buying. That medical shit over there is junk, in my opinion. At this particular place, like I don't like their pot. I never have. Just don't like it. And it's supposed to be a medical place, but I just don't like it. It all tastes like grass to me.
It's
Good
cheaper,
point.
right? I know out here it's
Yeah.
if you get a medical card. I had one for a while, but I let it go. But you can not only buy more, but you can they're trying to
Yeah.
pass a new license out here for 2 ounces a day.
Well, you can
Because
it's like
because out
2.5 ounces on your possession at any time.
No, I mean you can buy 2 ounces at the dispensary because right now it's a 1 ounce limit. If you go into the dispensary right
Well,
now, if you buy a vaporizer, they could categorize that as so much weed.
it all depends
And
on
you're
where you go, too. At least up here. Some
no,
places are like
it's the
that.
law in Massachusetts. You can't get more than an ounce, period, in a day.
Well, I mean, I think there's a law here too, something like that. But once again,
Yeah, Maine's different. I remember
it's
when I
based
first
on
got
where
my
you
medical
go, though.
card. I bought a special license for another $30 that said I could drive to Maine and pick up my weed up there and bring it back to Massachusetts. Because everything's about money. Minecraft is fun, says Tiffany. You can always go back to last saved file. Oh, shit, that's cool. So if like somebody comes in and damages it, you can go back. Oh, that's good.
You just knock that time off of the files. Yep, as admin. Generally, I don't do that though. I go more of like what's it called, TB2T, TB.
Look at all the pretty pot plants everywhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere near time for bud here. We got another month probably before I'll see any budding. I don't grow auto flowers. I grow. It's up there.
That's only about halfway. There's a cloud and you can't see it, but it goes way up there.
No shit, huh?
Yeah.
It's not as big as that other game I was playing for a while where you can find planets and all that shit.
This is infinite. You can go infinitely in any direction. The only reason I'm just running around here is, like I said, I'm trying to set up a safe spot.
I get why you're not leaving. Yeah.
I feel dumb because anytime I've ever tried to play this game, I've never figured it the fuck out.
It never appealed to me. I get it. It could be fun for some people, but I'm more about playing with people. I know that sounds a little gay, but you know,
I can co-sign that. He's totally...
Willie knows about how gay hippie is. Allegedly in Minecraft, that is.
You said we were playing Uncle Wigglily's board game. Now, come on, you didn't say anything about Minecraft.
And then you were wondering why we were going to do it in the dark in my grow room.
Right.
In the soundproof room.
Right. And you guys keep traumatizing. You guys keep traumatizing me because you keep saying the name of that country, and that's what I did. I ran. Mm-hmm.
For the hills?
Every time you guys say I ran, I got re-traumatized.
Poor Willie's ass. Dry.
Yeah. You guys ever watch that show, Expedition Unknown?
No.
Maybe
not a bad-
100 years ago.
It's not a bad show. They just had the new season just started, and they went into this place in Poland, and they found a bunker that they didn't know existed, like from World War II, and like there was documents and shit where and evidence of where you could find where they blew up like the bunkers inside and stuff from inside. It was kind of cool to think that there's still tunnels and shit like that that's hidden out there that
What's
hasn't
that
been.
got to do with my
leaked.
ass being sore? Huh?
What?
We're talking about my ass being sore
Why is your ass sore?
because I went and visited Hippie.
Oh,
Yeah.
but he
That's
doesn't live
what
in Providence town.
No.
It might happen to you if you come visit. Like
He's
yeah,
on the
No,
way,
no, no.
though.
I'll tie a pillow to my ass.
He's on the way.
Just be worried when I try to show you the grow room.
Right.
That's like a code word we
Oh,
use out
oh.
here.
Yeah, I fell for that.
Yeah, he fell for the code word.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Is it really falling for it if you run in and say yay?
Yeah, with your pants down at your ankles.
Bro,
And your feet
Hey,
going,
hey, I told you I lost weight. Nothing fits me anymore. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's okay. That's
Christ.
okay.
Still turned me on, wicked pisser. And the smell in there was amazing. The smell of ass and weed mixed together is beautiful.
That's a weird combination.
I'm so
Although my kids are all
high
excited that
now.
Minecraft
When
is
is
out
this
on
gonna end?
HBO.
When's what going
Jeez.
to end?
This high, it's never ending. I've been
Oh,
high since,
yeah. You think maybe you're fucking perma-gummied?
I think so.
Oh, damn.
I am like permanently high. I mean, I'm slurring my words and shit. I'm not.
That's all right. You're not operating any heavy machinery today, are you?
Did you see that AI picture of me today?
No,
That's such a
but he
great
might have to go use the bathroom, and that counts as heavy equipment.
Yeah. I was going to wonder, you know, is his keyboard OSHA certified?
Like, let me share the. Here we go.
What was that about your kids, Leggy?
Oh, Minecraft, the movie. It's out on HBO today. My kid's excited.
Oh.
I was kind of disappointed in that because the creators missed the point, the entire point of Minecraft, right? They tried to put in some lore in places where lore doesn't really fit, and the reason it's an issue is Steve is a non-entity. Steve is the observer. Steve is the person you are when you play Minecraft. You are Steve. Until you go in and change the skins and details of the server and whatnot, you are Steve. And so how can you make Steve a different person how can the main character not be the main character? How can you make the main character some other dude in the movie? That is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And so it doesn't really do Minecraft stuff, except it looks pretty good for Minecraft. That being
See,
said,
for somebody like me, I would not even know what the fuck you're talking about. See, so
sure.
See, I
But
won't know the difference.
It's a parasite on the success of Minecraft. It has nothing to do with Minecraft, and yet it looks like Minecraft, and so everybody's real happy with it. And I find it a little bit disappointing.
What's up? Huh? What?
So, do you think this will start a whole new trend of movies being done in that format, kind of like the Lego movies were for a while?
I think the Lego movies have done a pretty good job at doing it. I don't think you're going to get like a Minecraft reproduction of Star Wars or anything like that. But having the software available to do a Minecraft style movie without having to have actors would make sense for fan fictions, man. So you might end up with, a fan fiction version of, Darth Vader coming of age type thing. maybe.
And I agree with the Lego thing. Yeah, they've done a good job. Like that Pharaoh one when they did it for him. Like it was pretty good. Like I liked it. It was clever the way they did it with the autobiography and shit.
What's up, Muffin? Oh man, what? You guys need to go outside? Too high to drive. Isn't that a great picture? That's the AI did for me this morning.
Yeah, that's the face I was making in the grow room the other day.
I bet it was. Did he
Yeah.
make you squeal like a pig, boy?
Nope.
No. The other way around? Okay, got you.
There's no squealing involved.
Oh, silent. Silence of the Lambs. Okay,
We ain't
got
no
you.
rats. We ain't no rats, man.
No kissing and telling. I got you.
I don't know how they fucking. I don't get the concept. First of all, I'm not a gamer, and I mean, I understand you guys enjoying it and all that. I didn't get it until recently. Spent a little time watching somebody having fun. I don't get the whole concept of trying to make a movie after a video game. That's
What's
pretty
that?
Joint?
Well, can you get mine?
Where's yours?
Should be in the
weird. Nice
center.
right here.
No.
Right here.
Bag?
Wow.
Wow, they're right there, aren't they? No, that's not it. No, I don't know where they're at.
Bowl pack.
All right, so this is really, really weird. Oh no.
Oh no?
I fell. I didn't mean to fall. All right, so
Catch me up.
I've been kind of freaking out because I've been looking for the right seed chunk base so that I don't have to like guess where everything is. It'll just and I thought I was on the wrong seed, but apparently my house is just not actually there. For whatever reason, it's not. None of the features, God damn it, none of the features that are at my house is on the seed chunk. So
Restart?
Oh no. It's fine. This verifies because what I was like, I thought I was on the wrong seed map, right? And I just went to a location that's on the map, and it's my house that's not on the map. Not the map's not wrong. It just doesn't show water where I'm actually at for whatever reason. That part of the map is wrong. Rest of it's fine. So that place where I was just at, where all the stuff was up in the sky, water was pouring off of it and stuff, that's just not represented on the map for whatever reason. Which is kind of cool.
Oh, it's a
Now, do you
beautiful
get to
day.
give your own world a name on Minecraft?
Yup, and I call it Sasquatch Springs.
Springs, I love it.
Well, you saw the place I was at a while ago with all the water falling out of the sky.
Yeah,
It has a ring. Definitely has a ring.
Now I
Tonic put me through Minecraft torture one day. Had me sit up on panel and watch him play this for an hour.
I'm not that evil.
Yeah. No, it was okay. I mean, I guess it was, I could have left whenever I wanted, but it was all right.
What is this?
He was trying to educate a non-gamer.
You don't play any games, huh? Nothing?
Not a one. The last time I played a game was fucking
in the basement.
Replay at Caldor's Plaza in Weymouth. And that's when I was there with my crotch fruit semen demons when they were fucking this side of a grasshopper, and now they're in their mid-30s.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I tried. When they got to be like 10, 11, 12 years old. I mean, the first video games were the ones that had the plugs that plugged into the TV, right? That just had a controller with the wires cut out of it. That it would have a specific game, like a fishing game or a snowboarding game, and
Whoa.
And I'd try it, and they'd be like, "Hey, man, step away. You ain't got the fucking, what is it, the hand to brain?" I mean, but I could operate
Hand
heavy
and eye
equipment.
coordination.
Yeah, I could operate heavy equipment like nobody's business, but that's real life.
I know you handled my equipment like
Yeah,
nobody's
that's
business.
right. That's
Mhm.
right. And and I tried it. You know, we even bought a Wii, and that's like fucking gaming for idiots, right? For dummies.
And you don't play it?
No, I haven't in years. It's here somewhere. I haven't played it in years.
You know, they have great exercising games. It's one thing I will
Right.
say about Wii. You hold the sticks and you're supposed to do what the thing's doing on screen. And
You see this fucking Spread Sanford and Son property I got here right now? That's a great exercising game for me, isn't it?
I know you're so fucking lazy, bro. I saw
I
it and
am.
everything.
Yeah,
You need
I'm
to
so
get
lazy.
busy.
I was out at 6 o'clock this morning doing
I'm
shit.
coming over, work for a couple of days and get fucked up. I mean,
No.
why not?
Cause
You scared?
yeah. I mean, once a year is okay. I mean, you know, we had the grow room incident, I'll call it.
Wait, am I sensing
How about
weirdness?
next
from
year?
you?
Next year.
No. I'm gonna come over with my chainsaw and just cut everything down and clean up. your property.
What are you gonna do with it? You got a stove or a fireplace?
No, I'm just gonna throw it in a pile in the yard with the
Wow.
bobcat.
And then what?
Just leave.
Oh, okay.
I'll
You
make a
just
big
wanna-
pile of brush so that you can burn it when you get bored. You can do it without a permit as long as you have some hot dogs right nearby. So when the
Yeah.
fire department shows up, you can be like, "Yep, I'm making me some hot dogs. Get the fuck out of my
I tried that one time. Again, I'm a fat kid. I ate all the hot dogs. It was just an empty wrapper, and they didn't believe me. I'm serious.
Oh man.
I do love a good fire. I have fires quite a bit.
Do you? You
Yeah.
have a fire pit area and all that?
Yep. It's a
Nice.
little unkempt at the moment because my tractor is down for the moment.
Dude, you were pumping fucking wheelies in it yesterday. No wonder it's
No,
down.
my lawn tractor. My lawn tractor.
Oh, you have more than one oh man.
Well, that's a bobcat. That's not necessarily. I guess you could call it a tractor. It's a form of a tractor, but no, I have a. Coincidentally, I think it's the same year. I have a 1988 wheel horse.
Oh, I know that. It's red.
Oldie but goodie. It's a red unit. You know, ride on more.
Remember they
And
used to have the little wheel that used to ride behind it, and you could stand on this little tiny platform and fucking.
Yeah. Well, this is a sit-down one.
And then Oh, you have a sit-down one.
Yeah, but the deck, much like me in the grow room the other day, the deck started vibrating furiously.
So, needed more lube? Is that what you're saying? Or?
No,
Somebody
I
was.
don't know what it is, but
excessively excited.
yeah. I'm waiting for a guy to come by and take a look at
Dude,
it.
Stop waiting for men.
I
You
know.
need to get women mechanics.
All right,
They'll
that's
actually
true.
show up.
That's true.
They'll actually show up.
So do I
What's
just
her name? What's her name? A mechanic? She
do I
said
just
she was.
do I just put an ad in Facebook Marketplace looking for a female mobile
No,
mechanic?
Savvy Bear is a mechanic. She's a truck driver and a mechanic.
All right.
You know, she's a real cool shit. So she
Yep.
should be.
Savvy's good people.
Once you pay her twice what you would pay anybody else, you're good.
All right. That's fair enough. I can do that.
Mechanics are the biggest robbers.
Well, knock on wood, man. I've had great
You got-
luck. I
got a
literally
good-
have a pity mechanic. He just pities me because I'm an old recluse, shut-in old man, and he just
an old
I kind of got
illegal
one of
man.
those. He pities me because he married my baby mama.
yeah. Well, this guy, I found him when he
That's
was
confusing. He married my baby mama.
Yeah, he married my baby mama. So like he could divorce her or leave, but I'm stuck with the bitch.
right. That's right.
Life is so confusing in 2025. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. I simplify it.
Where's your girlfriend, Willie?
They're
You have one?
currently vacant position.
Empty?
A vacant position.
Mary Palm.
That's right.
That's my date tonight.
I do it better than anybody has ever has.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, a gay guy once said to me, men know where it feels good the most. Ew. I'm okay with gay, but no, thank you. I do know where it feels good, though, but no.
Why are you doing this to me, hippie? I haven't said a word, man. Like, you're so rude. God.
Just because I like
right
starting the ball to roll.
That's all right. I got friggin' nobody does it better in the back of my head.
Oh my God, I gotta do something, man. I've been sitting here for fucking 3 hours and 29 minutes jerking off.
Box.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, somebody
Oops.
being. Are you all
You're
right?
in trouble, Leggy.
Blink twice if you need help, Leggy.
You need us to dial 911, Leggy? Flick your cam on and off.
I got a panda bear. Panda bear went away.
Leggy. Uh-oh. He needs help.
He definitely needs help.
Let's call the Jonesboro. The Jonesboro.
SOS.
Somebody call the Jim Jonesboro police.
Just kidding. I'm only kidding. I don't even know her. How dare I judge her?
Holy shit.
What was it?
Wind. The wind is blowing through this house right now.
It was weird. Just
holy shit! Look what's going on up here. Look at
Old
Glory.
Here.
Look at Old Glory.
And you can see the trees kind of matching it outside.
Old Glory just knocked this sign down. It almost bonked me on the head.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's okay, hippie. You can call me Sasquatch. I don't mind.
Mr. Sasquatch.
I always called him Sir Sasquatch. I just thought it had a good ring to it.
I hate it when people
Sir Sasquatch sexy, that is me.
Like Sasquatch Springs has a good ring to it. Sir Sasquatch.
Sir Sasquatch sexy devil.
Well,
actually, my rap name is Heavy Cream.
Squatch. Squatch, baby. Oh, Squatch. Ew, it's creepy.
Hippie, how bored are you? You're putting fucking fire emojis in the chat.
That's the bot.
Oh, okay.
The bot speaks for
so
me.
If you do anything stupid, you could just say that's the bot.
Yeah, that's the bot. Yeah. Yep. Dude, why do you
care? You got your own personal fall guy.
Yes, lots of them. You got to have an entourage of fall guys, bro. You're going to do things and do it right. You got to have Leggies outside. Look at it's cloudy it is. There ain't a cloud in the sky here.
Leggy, is it blowing like stink up where you are?
He's muted, so.
Oh.
Muted.
You deaf, dumb, and blind?
Muted.
That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure can't
play the mean pinball.
He's just got it muted because the missus is dominating him right now.
Right? That's right.
Nice.
I didn't do it, honey. I swear.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you did.
He's showing us the crotch. We get a crotch shot. Let's get the crotch cam going.
Poor Leggy. He's getting abused.
From all sides.
Right? How does
So that's
it
weird.
feel? How does it
I'm
feel?
guessing these things aren't actually functional either. That's really weird.
That's fucking wicked weird.
I don't even know what it means. Maybe you
Well,
have to.
all right.
Wicked, wicked
So
weird, wicked.
when you start up one of these things, that down there, that's called an underwater temple, right? And they're all marked out on this map over here that I've got from Chunk Base. All of them in the game is supposed to be on this map. But because this and this village and that mansion and that all spawned in the same place, it doesn't actually pop up on the map, right? So if that works, I was thinking it wasn't working, but those things exist there, then I should have pillagers raining out of the sky any second now. They should be like so thick you can walk on them and not get your feet wet. And I've had the monsters turned on for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I haven't seen it. Uh-oh, we got a creeper. Oh, it's working.
Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Had to fucking mention them monsters, didn't you?
I am the way and the truth and the life, but not necessarily grammatically correct.
Okay.
No one comes to the Father except through me.
Well, why would they want to come in your dad? That's so weird, dude. You're such a strange guy.
Through.
Hey, I thought we didn't take
Through
better
your
care
dad.
of
So first we got to make a big hole in your dad, and then we want to come through him. That's
Wow.
weird.
That's quick.
That's pretty sad.
How fast you heathens go to blasphemy.
Right?
Whoa.
Hey, look, there's a panda bear. Why don't you try to fuck it?
What?
Well,
okay.
I think
you got any
bestiality is
condoms?
illegal, buddy.
You got any condoms? Fuck it. We'll do it live.
I heard the Ling Ling don't like to give it up. You know what I'm saying?
Who, what, when, where?
Ling Ling. She don't like to give up the Ling Ling.
it's okay. If you keep talking to me, eventually you'll be a cunning linguist too.
Cunning linguist? Wow. The poor 8 people that have to listen to this shit.
They chose this hell.
Right? Poor people. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, free will, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Like, I don't know, dude. I've kind of been having a bit of an existential crisis about the whole free will question, largely because your choice is either I chose to do it, God made me do it, or it's just some random curve of some weird quantum effect. Either way, do you really have free will when it comes down to it? You know, like it all feels so pre-scripted.
That's what I say.
Yeah, no.
Pre-scripted. It's already written. Just go with the flow.
They just updated the water. You can see reflections now. You didn't used to be able to see reflections. It's really cool. Where's my pillagers? There ought to be like 700 of them here now. That'll be everywhere.
I'm going to make a giant ham sandwich.
Ooh, you fucked me up, dude. I'm fixing to have to go make a giant ham sandwich.
With Portuguese sweetbread that's got that like glazing of sugar on the bread. A ton of that white stuff that Joe Cool loves so much all over it.
Huh.
Semen?
Yeah. What did you think I was talking about? Lip
Oh, that's right, Miracle Whip. I was gonna say Joe Cool's black. He doesn't like mayo. I forgot about Miracle Whip.
That's why I said he rants so much about being black, but he's got white stuff all inside him. How's that
I
work?
swear to God, when I was a kid, black folks used to call that shit dressing.
Well, it does say on the bottle, to be fair,
Salad dressing.
It does say that. I don't think I would have it on my salad, but it does say that.
If you ain't putting mustard on your ham, you ain't right.
Really? Mustard? Yeah, I got some honey mustard.
That shit burns, dog.
Not really a fan of mustard, but I might do it anyway.
I love all the mustards.
Well, I think I'm going to take a couple hour nap, eat sandwich, get prepared for tonight's live, eat a bunch of gummies so I can fucking pass
I
out
want
on
a
the
sandwich.
floor again.
There
You want a
go.
sandwich, Danny?
Yeah.
Imagine in the future we'll be able to just beam it over. Here you go. Deet, deet, deet. Little door in your wall will open up and there will be hippie sandwich with white stuff all over it.
I'm hoping in the future I can just order a Filipino to do it.
Order a
You know,
cup
just
of
one
cream
random
of some young
one
guy.
running around the house, you know.
Wait,
Just say you there and fucking what is it, Talog or whatever the
yo,
fuck they
bitch,
speak.
get over here and make me
Make me a
some
sandwich.
Yeah.
Extra ham.
Give me a Sammy now, bitch. Wait, is that why they say I'm
No, I'm kind to my slaves. I don't know.
Me too. I don't
I
kill
don't know
them.
why you're talking like that.
I don't kill them. They can still walk. In the room. What a mean hippie.
Talagu, maybe. Naku sandwich tayo chair. Naku sandwich tayo chair.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce.
Let's make me
Love
a sandwich and
peace.
Talag.
Dennison, Willie, Tiffany, Homer, Sasquatch, anybody else who's secretly watching.
Naku sandwich tayo chair.
3 or 4 pieces of ham, 2 pieces of cheese, tons of white stuff. Let's go.
All right. Have a day.
See you, Willie. Thanks so
Tons
much.
of mayo, really? Just put a little bit.
Well, the fucking Portuguese bread's kind of dry, Danny. So you gotta really, kind of really load it up. Yeah. So, all right, boys. Love you. Bye.